with 3 hours of it, and I'm going to start off by saying, good morning.
I love you for that level of energy. I almost burst out crying when you said Friday, dude. Yes, it is Friday, lest we forget. And we have got the perfect mix to kickstart your weekend. We're going to have a whole lot of fun. If you thought Castor's visit yesterday turned us into big kids, I'm sorry. Today we're going to have a whole lot of fun because we are shining a spotlight on talent, and we're going to get inspired by it. And then, of course, connecting with an old friend who was that talent, is that talent, and is creating space for that talent around him. I'm talking about Danilo Acquisto. We love this kid. And he's pretty handy in the kitchen as well.
He's just coming here to flex and show off some of his other skills because it seems like he can't do anything wrong. And we're going to find out if that's the case.
We're going to put the Acquisto to the test with some Italian cooking today.
Oh, and I'm loving my Italiano, so we're going to transport you to the world and back, and then bring you to Zoe, who's bringing us her take on the brand new film, Afterburn.
Ooh,
it's hitting
nice.
cinemas today. She's always dressing up for the occasion, so I wonder what she's going to wear for this one. Might it be on theme? Well, you get to stick around and find out.
Ahead of a big weekend when there's rugby being played, she might have another outfit on as well.
This is true.
I don't mind whether she's wearing the cinema or the rugby hat. We are here for that. And then, of course, rapper Dee Koala stops by to chat about some hot new hot new album, and I would imagine a whole lot of energy. And we're going to need it because the Devolution Dance fam is back, and they are going to help us get into that groove. Even if you are fighting the weekend.
Absolutely.
Even if you've got that massive proposal that you need to finish, we're going to come for you. I'm sorry, the weekend is going to start.
You should put your coffee table on wheels so it's ready to just get slid out very soon. It's going to require it. But G-Man, I'm going to go prep for official duties.
You go and do your thing, my friend. And yes, we'll delve into those news and sporting headlines in just a moment. We're going to be starting a conversation in just a moment on the socials. So while you're taking the news and those sporting headlines, head over to the Expresso socials as well and take a gander, and we'll delve into that conversation in just a mo. But let's get officially the day's talking points out there with the news and sporting headlines.
Thank you so much, He-Man. And yes, let's dive into official duties once again. To start off this morning, we'll start with national headlines. Now, delegates at the Continental Energy and Infrastructure Investment Forum in Sun City examined Africa's energy future, stressing the role of nuclear alongside coal, oil and gas. Now, renewable sources like wind and solar are expanding, but experts warn they cannot fully power industries such as mines and oil refineries. Now, delegates from South Africa, Zambia, Namibia, Angola, and the DRC emphasized the balanced mix of energy with calls for long-term planning to secure reliable power and ensure the continent's development path remains sustainable. Next up, the University of Zululand has marked a milestone with new state-of-the-art facilities at the Richards Bay campus. Now, this is including an engineering building, 442 new beds, the refurbished Madiba House, and the Richards Bay Lodge. Now, the engineering department was named in honor of Science, Technology and Innovation Minister Blade Nzimande, who also unveiled two other buildings named after Nelson Mandela and Vuyani Cyril Gamede. Now, the ceremony highlighted government's investment in infrastructure to create a world-class learning environment while recognizing Nzimanda's contribution to education. Well, we move over to international headlines next, and Kenyan authorities are investigating after a Spanish man was filmed pouring beer into an elephant's trunk at Aljogi Conservancy in Laikipia. Now, this was sparking public anger. Now, the viral video, later deleted from social media, showed him drinking before offering the beer to the animal. And conservationists condemned the act as dangerous for both the elephant and the man. Now, the Kenya Wildlife Service has joined the probe with calls for accountability. And the incident follows criticism of tourists disrupting wildebeest migration in the Masai Mara area. Well, next up, the Trump administration has proposed new rules limiting how long foreign students and journalists can stay in the United States. Now, student visas would be capped at 4 years, while journalists would be restricted to 240 days, extendable by application, with Chinese journalists limited to 90 days. Now, until now, visas lasted for the duration of studies or assignments, and universities have warned the move could deter international students who bring over 1 million enrollments annually and provide crucial tuition revenue and research contributions. Well, lastly, in this round of headlines, a South African legend, Dr. John Kani, has taken his place among the greats, joining the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, a voting body. Now, this is the exclusive circle that decides the Oscars. Now famous worldwide as King T'Chaka in Black Panther and Rafiki in Disney's Mufasa, Kani now sits alongside producer Anant Singh as one of only 2 South Africans with this honor. Now, a lifelong advocate for African storytelling through plays like Nothing But the Truth, Kani's recognition signals that the global stage is ready for Africa's voice. Wakanda forever, Africa forever, and cinema's next great wave is proudly African. Well, we move to all things sport next, and G-Man, of course, has the latest.
Forever. Absolutely love that. Thank you for that beautiful little prelude. Let's dive right in with some national pride. Bafana, Big Boss Hugo Broos has named a trim 23-man squad. That's for September's FIFA World Cup qualifiers up against Lesotho and a tough one in Nigeria, in Bloemfontein. Some key inclusions are Orlando Pirates winger Kamogelo Sebe Lebelo, youngsters Mduduzi Shabalala and Relebohile Mafo King. Well done, lads. And then Burnley's star striker Lyle Foster also returns to the fold. South Africa currently topping Group C with 2 wins, and we could seal 2026 qualification in this next round. Absolutely brilliant. Now let's return to the US for the final Grand Slam of the year. And world number 2, Iga Swiatek, was forced to dig deep at her US Open round, battling past the Netherlands' Susan Lemons 6-1, 4-6, 6-4 on the Arthur Ashe Stadium. So after cruising through the first set, Swiatek, she stumbled in the second, but then regrouped in the decider to set up a third-round clash with Russia's Anna Kalinskaya. Now let's get on to footballing news, but a little further afield. Liverpool and Man City will both face Real Madrid in this season's Champions League. It is starting to set up beautifully, with City also meeting Napoli and Dortmund. Well, Liverpool, they'll host Atletico Madrid and Inter Milan. It's a tough path. Then holders, Paris Saint-Germain, they face another brutal run, drawing Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Tottenham and Newcastle, and both UK sides with a lot to prove in the Champions League this year. Now we turn to athletics, and a broken heart for Hwayanda Balaza last night. He came so close, yet so far away. It was the very fast Julian Alfred who stormed to victory in the women's 100-meter at the Diamond League finals in Zurich, clocking 10.76 seconds. Incredible. The St. Lucian sprinter, fresh from making history in Paris, held off Jamaica's Tia Clayton, who ran in 10.84, and then Britain's Dina Asher-Smith, who was closely behind, 10.94, an unbelievable race. Perfect tune-up ahead of next month's World Championships in Tokyo. So we'll continue to delve into the sport as we progress through this morning, but on the foot of a weekend, of course, the weather becomes that much more important. Let's see if there are any weather warnings we need to take in.
Thank you so much, G-Man. And yes, it looks like things are heating up. The South African Weather Service has issued fire danger warnings, and that's for wide parts of the country. Now, extremely high fire danger conditions are expected over the western parts of the northern west, the eastern parts of the Northern Cape, parts of the Free State, as well as the northern and extreme southwestern areas of KwaZulu-Natal. Now, similar risks are highlighted in places over Mpumalanga and Limpopo, with no impact-based severe weather alerts which have been issued. Well, from that, we move to hopefully an elevating part of the morning. That's our sunrise view of the hour. We're going to Randburg in Rand Park Ridge. And this shot was sent by Liz, a beautiful shot. Looks like an oasis out there. I absolutely love this part of Randburg. It's tranquil. The environment is just lending to nature. And you can clearly see that from this picture right here. It looks like a beautiful day ahead. And you can expect 28 degrees of weather your side. It's going to be a hot one. And that's just a perfect start to our morning. So I'm going to say thank you. That was an incredible way to begin our morning, and we're going to do it all again in the next hour. The number is 0630369649. I'm asking you to send us your sunrise view, whether you're in South Africa, Africa, or the world. We'd absolutely love to see it. And I'm sure what you'd love to see now is your temperatures. So let's roll it out and see what you can get for the day.
absolutely.
Yeah, thank you. Wow.
And then can we send an extended thank you to Uppington for bringing summer? Okay, you've officially sprung spring, I think, okay?
They're paving the way for some, man. Uppies, Graham and I are absolutely saluting you. And this is why we want to start a conversation with you this morning and get things going, because spring clearly is loading, thanks to Uppies, and that means road trip season is coming up. So the question really is, what is the one song that's a must on every road trip? And we need you to come through with voice notes. You can use the number 063-036-9649, and don't forget to use the hashtag Expresso Show, because we want to know from you. And I know that there's a lot that we can think about when we're talking about good music, good tunes. I'm going to give you something specific in just a second, but for now, though, I'm just going to paint a picture on some of the vibes. I'm going with that road trip vibe, Jamaican vibe, welcome to the islands, and you mix that in with any of the classics, and you know you got me hooked. But I'm going to come through with something specific in just a bit and give you a little title, but I want you to start the list up first, Mzansi, so come through. Let us know what that song's going to be. Every road trip must have this on the list. What is it? And maybe you can add a picture, too, of you just like kind of jawling with that song. Doesn't matter what it is, but we want to have some gears. It's Friday. We're going to send this energy into the weekend and remind you that there's a whole lot to look forward to. We've got entertainment news. We've got Fame Week. Oh, it's just going to be better and better and better. And Danilo has just arrived. Ooh, it's going to get good. See you soon.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. I am very excited. I know I'm normally excitable, but even more so today because I know what this means for my industry. Next week, Cape Town becomes a meeting place for Africa's film, TV, animation, fashion, music, and entertainment, our creative communities. Why? Because Fame Week Africa runs a packed and a stacked conference and events program from the 1st to the 3rd of September, followed by the Fame Shorts Film Festival from the 4th to the 6th of September. This is where you are discovered. This year adds a strong global exchange with Atlanta, the USA, as the featured destination. Absolutely awesome, alongside some conversations about IP, vitally important ones, finance, formats, and that crossover between screen, fashion, music, those creative spaces. And of course, Women's Month programming puts women creators, the executives, those that are pulling the strings firmly in the spotlight. And with us are Martin Hiller and Lorato Bokako to unpack what matters for creators, for audiences, and I think most importantly for first-time attendees, because all are welcome. Sure, we might be saving our industry with this one, guys. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I love this, and because I do understand, and we get to meet, obviously, a lot of the filmmakers through their journey, and this is where they get discovered, and it's often in the shorts, but this is about the bigger picture. For those that aren't aware of what Fame Week actually is all about, can you sum it up for us? Because I know there's a lot going on.
There is a lot, and I don't know if we've got the whole morning to talk about Fame Week.
Let's push our luck. Let's go for it.
Yeah, so I mean, I think for us, Fame Week was born out of the need to create a platform for the cultural and creative industries.
Brilliant.
And we have various shows that fall part of Fame Week, and they focus on film, television, and animation, music, and fashion. And we basically seem to show how all of those different industries within the cultural and creative sector actually talk to one another. You can't have music without fashion. You can't have film and television without music.
Without the score.
So they all really talk to one another, and it's about creating that platform where our creatives are able to not only showcase the work that they're doing, but also be able to connect with like-minded people, and more importantly, be able to sign deals.
Oh, yes.
I mean, you know, we've got quite a lot of networks that are coming, that are listening to the pitches from the creatives. We have fashion buyers coming to look at what's happening from an African design perspective. And then if we look at music as well, the music publishers are there to showcase their catalogs. So there is a lot about that
It's commercial.
happening.
It's a commercial space.
And yeah, we are giving the platform to do business for the cultural industry. When you actually think, and I think it's a bit of a downside where people think, oh, creatives, but we actually are a massive contributor to GDP, and that is why a platform like Fame Week Africa exists.
You are Cape Town's GDP.
Yeah, we are indeed. And I think for us, it's definitely that whole thing of, you know, here's your platform, showcase the best of what you're doing, and sign those deals, and be proud of who we are. Like, we're creative, and, you know, I feel we're the heartbeat of the economy.
No, completely. And it's a pivot point as well that allows people to shift very quickly in quite a dynamic industry. So much so that the shorts often don't even get noticed because it's so dynamic as a platform. And this is where all of my great filmmaker friends were discovered. We understand that they've always been important, but it kind of feels like now the notions, the social commentary, the ideas, the young people represented within short films mean more now. From your perspective, why is this going to be, I think, the most exciting frontier in this beautiful space?
Well, I think short films are such a great way for early career filmmakers to get into the space. A lot of short films are proof of concepts. They also can be calling cards, an opportunity for directors, actors, writers to show what they can do. And basically, we provide the platform for them to do that, and for audiences to maybe discover your next favorite filmmaker to come out.
And I kind of feel like there's a novelty around South African creatives at the moment. Music feeds into fashion, fashion feeds into house music, feeds into video, feeds into content creation. There's a lot going on in that space. But what I like the most about this, when we talk about that Atlanta delegation and the commercial opportunities, this is a strategic network and a link there that is amazing. What are the biggest opportunities, do you think?
Yeah, so during this partnership with the city of Atlanta, one of the things that struck me the most is when you think America, you think it's LA, Hollywood. In fact, Atlanta has overpassed it.
Wow.
And they are the gateway of the film industry to America. And that's one of the things that will be discussed as well.
That's brilliant.
And for us, it was such an amazing opportunity to be able to bring some of the big players from the city of Atlanta to South Africa, to Fame Week Africa, to be able to talk about the success and how they've turned the city of Atlanta into the gateway. And, you know, for us as well, South Africa is the gateway into Africa. So the partnership between the two is actually really, really amazing. And we've got various people coming from Tyler Perry Studios,
I was going to ask, because Tyler Perry has been a big part of why there's been that
100%.
mushroom, and very much a representative industry, which I love as well. In front and behind the scenes, I've got to ask you both very quickly, how do we engage? How do we get involved? How do we make the most out of this opportunity?
Well, at every screening, we'll be having Q&As with the filmmakers. So there's an opportunity for audience members to speak directly to the filmmakers there. They also will, of course, be in attendance, so you can also speak to them privately after the screenings. A lot of our attendees are also filmmakers trying to break into the industry. So it's also a really lovely networking opportunity.
Go and sell. And I think we're in a great position to sell as South African creatives. Don't go to Hollywood and compete against 600 other, 1,000 other filmmakers. Stay in South Africa and compete against 10 who you've grown up with, who you can support, who you can create a company with and build a strategic network. Fame Week is combining a lot of threads, but this Atlanta, South Africa connection is an opportunity unlike any other. So I'm going to send them to our social media team to have a little bit of a chat as well, give all of those details. Please, if you want to connect, if you want to make the most out of Fame Week, stay connected to our socials and we'll give you all the info you need.
Let me entertain you. That's what's happening right now. Entertainment scene, it's sizzling. And we've got the scoop. And the guy next to me is so embarrassed by what I just did. But we'll talk about him in a bit because over a decade of experience lighting up screens and airwaves, today we're joined by this one, the all-round media powerhouse, Danilo Acquisto or Danilo Spalmer Acquisto. Whichever one he prefers, he's our Danilo. And I'm so glad that you're
Paying me,
here.
call me what you want. You know what I mean?
How you doing, man? We're looking
good, I'm good.
rambunctious.
It's Friday, we got to enter the jungle, baby.
Is this fault, bro?
It is, yeah.
This is beautiful.
And there's a little bit of a story. It's funny because my brother bought this for me as a joke for my bachelor's and thought that I would never wear it. The girl didn't know.
Joke's on you.
Joke's on him.
Can he play a joke on me as well? Because that looks amazing. Listen, it's not about the shirt, though. It's about some entertainment news because the first story was in the news headlines and it's something I want to celebrate. And I think it's someone that you'd appreciate as well. So let's get into it and let's start celebrating South Africans because on August the 27th, 2025, Dr. John Kani was officially elected as a member of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, the very body responsible for selecting Oscar winners. Now, this makes him one of only 3 South Africans to hold this distinction, along the late Moon Yin Lee and producer Anant Singh. Now, Kani took to X to share his excitement and commitment and said, I have promised to serve this institution with honesty and integrity. And he expressed that his inclusion affirms African cinema's rightful place in global storytelling. And I think Behind the Room brings in Africa. It is about time our presence is felt in the room. And this is what he had to say. Now, this development is both a personal triumph for Kani and a moment of collective pride for South Africans and African creatives worldwide. How cool is this, bro?
So rad. Yeah, I mean, he's obviously like a legend and always has been on the global stage. And I know that he's got a lot to say about the sort of film and media industry. We just spoke about Fame Week and and all of this, like what's coming out of Africa. I can definitely see that there's a lot more of a spotlight on Africa at the moment from what it's going to deliver, in the creative industries, music, film, TV. And so, yeah, I'm excited for him.
How cool do you think it is, though, that we're not just looking to countries like South Africa and countries within Africa for talent, but we're looking for that sort of credibility now. Like, we are looking for judgment to come from these places because we believe that we've got the eyes to see the talent now.
But also people forget that like Africans are the original storytellers.
Yes.
And all content is storytelling. And so if you want to know what good stories are, come here, come home, and
Come
we'll
back
show
to
you
the
what.
source of it. Well, listen, we've got stories to share with you, so let's keep them coming. And we move next to South African influencers. Now, this is an interesting one because they're becoming under fire for promoting controversial Russian job programs. Now, a wave of backlash has hit several South African influencers who were reportedly paid up to 100,000 Rand to promote the program. And it claimed to offer career development in Russia's Alabuga Special Economic Zone. And women aged 18 to 22 were recruited via social media. And they must work in drone factories, allegedly for the war in Ukraine. Now, many only discover the true nature of the work after arriving, facing long hours, surveillance, poor wages, and restricted freedom, to say the least. And the saga has sparked a broader conversation about ethics in influencer marketing, especially when vulnerable communities are involved.
Correct.
Bro, this is a real serious issue, man.
Yeah, there's some really big names involved in this, and we in fact had a campaign with the creator. We also had to be pulled out of campaigns. Brands are pulling spend, and I just want to say at this stage that the facts are still being investigated as part of the program, and because there were so many different sort of scams going around in the industry.
yeah.
But we are a really desperate country. We all need jobs. Don't fall for scams. And influencers, please read your contracts and make sure that you know and you trust the brands that you collaborate with in marketing. I think it's the biggest lesson.
I think really is the biggest lesson here, Danilo. I couldn't say it better, because I think as influencers, as people that influence and have impact on others, we have a responsibility here, and I think we're not taking that seriously, because we need to make sure that when we're promoting something, the ingredients align with what we want. The sources of it are actually like safe and secure. So there's a lot more that needs to be done here, Mzansi. So stand up if you're an influencer and really promote the ethos that your brand stands behind. For now, though, more stories to get through, and Zoe Kravitz and Harry Styles are up next. They have sparked major buzz in the entertainment world after being spotted getting cozy in London and Rome. Now, fueling rumors of what must be a budding romance. Now, from intimate dinners to arm-in-arm strolls to Europe, the duo's chemistry has fans and tabloids in a frenzy. Now, while neither star has confirmed the relationship, their recent public appearances suggest something more than friendship might be brewing. What do you think, bro?
They look like they could be brother and sister, to be honest.
I'm not going to say that.
And the rest of us are a little bit jelly, and we don't really like Zoe for this. Yeah, I do think they look like more like brother and sister, but they make a really, really attractive couple. So I think that they're going to do exceptionally well together, and good for marketing.
You're right. They look like brother and sister, but I think in a good way. They look comfortable. This is like a real relationship, not
like
one
a friendship that becomes something more.
And not like a publicity stunt, because that's often the case. I don't think they need it. So I'm here for love. I think everybody else is.
They are so attractive. I can't wait to see the babies.
Let's hope it gets that far. And wishing that relationship nothing but love. We got one more story to get through, and this is quite a fun one. Moroccan-American rapper French Montana is now engaged to Dubai royal Sheikha Mada, or Sheikha Mada. Now, the engagement reportedly took place during Paris Fashion Week in June 2025, where French Montana walked the runway. Now, both families are said to be supportive of the union, and Sheikha Mada, daughter of Dubai's ruler Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, has been in the spotlight since a high-profile divorce last year. Now, she publicly announced that one on Instagram, and the news has now taken social media by storm, with media fans and media outlets captivated by this very unexpected union. And we're going from what we were just talking about with regards to real love to this story. I'm not going to draw a polarity here, but Danilo, what do you think?
Well, I say no more other than, these things are really big publicity stunts. They're both massive stars, and when there's money involved in things like this, I feel really bad for celebrities who are on such big public stages, because even if there could be real love in that pipeline, it's kind of hard to kind of imagine that you're just there for the money.
Yeah, man, look, I think about, was it Janet Jackson that went through something like this, and there was a bit of a saga, which made me think, hey, what's going on out there in the world? And
it's hard to be in the public eye and fall in love genuinely. Because obviously a lot of the people that you're meeting are in these high-profile environments, so it's natural that you'll bump into smart, fancy people, but at the same time, to try and retain some kind of privacy and love and intimacy on such a public stage is really, really hard. But I do hope that they spend the money wisely.
They do, man. Well, speaking of someone that has been in the public eye and sharing all the love, and we've been celebrating it, it's obviously Danilo out in our building, and he's not going anywhere. We're going to make some chow after this. What are we preparing, actually?
We're making two things today. One is one of my favorite types of pizza. It's a Neapolitan style pizza, that fluffy, doughy pizza, and then a carbonara pasta. We're going to teach how to make it easy at home.
More. Danilo has every reason for us to not go anywhere. Stick around, Mzansi. It's going to get delicious straight after this.
Only you can make my day.
Can we remove the second up sound? I'm being asked. It's looking, that at first looked like a drinking station, like a bar.
So you do your makeup. See what you want to see. Very good, eh?
Very nice.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Alrighty, welcome back. Let's get you excited about the cinemas. And I think here is something that all movie lovers can get excited about. There was a brand new movie on the horizon called Afterburn. That
The
sounds
way
cool,
you
eh?
said it, bro.
Afterburn. And the buzz is already building, understandably so.
Absolutely. Now, we've got an incredible cast. There's whiskers of high-stakes drama, action, and a whole lot of mystery. This could be one of the most talked-about releases of the year. But before we unpack it with Zoe Human, let's take a look at the trailer.
Yes, please.
Too easy. Hello, mate. Wait a minute. You guys aren't real cops, are you? Oh, damn.
Whoa.
We lost our humanity. You saw what people did to the world burn. They became. If we're to rebuild, we have to hold on to every masterpiece of human achievement. Jay, you have a gift for acquiring treasures. And what would I be hunting down this time? Mona. The Mona Lisa? In all her motherfucking glory.
Okay, so we know Samuel L. Jackson's involved. Okay, so
Okay.
that's been proven very quickly. Dave Bautista taking a lead role, slightly trimmed down from the WWE superstar that we normally see. I like the look of it already. I like adventure. I love treasure hunting films, and I love action. And this kind of has all of
made
that
for you.
combined.
Brings it all together, right?
How are you feeling about Afterburn?
Listen, I'm excited about it. This was originally supposed to start its journey in 2018, but the movie production was halted, and now we're bringing it back. And I feel like maybe Dave Bautista needed that bit of time to build himself up. He's not only starring in this movie, but he was also involved in the executive production and production. Some people are like, that's how Dave Bautista gets main roles, you know? He's got to put his own money to
Hey,
it.
that's how Sylvester did it. You know, if no one's giving you the role, write it for yourself
100%.
and just do it.
And then you make Rocky.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, what do you think of it, though? Because, I mean, we were talking off air about Dave Bautista's new role into, like, films, trying to break away from Marvel and trying to become, like, his own. Is he doing that in this film? Do you think he's nailing that, or just becoming another action star?
Listen, I'm excited to see it. So obviously I haven't seen it yet because it's only coming out tomorrow or today. But I do think this is a move. I don't know if it's the direction he said he wanted to go all that while ago, you know, where he wanted to show his acting chops, but I think it's the right move for him. It's a bit of a switch up of his, like, traditional villain archetype, but yeah, I think it's going to be good.
Because I think the danger for him is to be a lead outside of the action space is going to be difficult. So he can get those cool roles like in a James Bond, where it's awesome, where he gets to play just a little offset. I thought he was an amazing villain, but he had about 3 minutes of screen time as a result. So if he wants to be the lead, he's going to have to fit a Hollywood mold, I think, at some point. And he's a WWE superstar. If he's not going to be an action star, come on.
And he's lost a lot of weight for this role.
I was going to say, he looks a lot trimmed down, a lot more trimmed down.
And I think it can be difficult for any actor who has 200 kgs of pure muscle to be seen as anything more than, you know, a bit of a meat object.
and the funny thing is, as you say that, I can hear John Cena going, "I'm a meat object." Yeah, you would love that. You would love that.
So, obviously, Samuel L's also featuring in this one, right?
Yes.
Any other star-studded cast that we can look forward to, or anything else crazy that's of note?
You might remember Tormund from Game of Thrones. He's in this movie as
Never.
well. He's playing a villain, and I think the villains in this movie, something special about them is they're like modern villains, because we can't take villains anymore that are just there to be evil.
One-dimensional,
You need to understand where they're coming from, and I think that's what we're going to get from our villains in this movie.
And it's weird to me because obviously we were talking about Dave being a villain, but it's almost like he's got the villain energy, but it's a villain that we can kind of get behind this time. You know what I mean? He's kind of flipped the script on us. You know?
I love that, and we love a little anti-hero, because I suppose it means we can find something redeemable about ourselves in these characters.
I mean, this is a post-apocalyptic world, so I think in order to survive, not no one's good. No one's ever truly good.
100%. I mean, it looks full on, which is absolutely cool. When we follow from a comic book into a movie space, often there are a lot of questions. Do you think fans of the comic book are going to come after this? Are they going to embrace it? It's always
I don't
such
know
a
if there's
50-50.
enough fanfare around the comics for it to really be something that is going to be hyped up about
It's gonna
online.
impact,
No, I
okay.
think it's a bit. It's enough of a movie that no one knows in the comic form to be good, and people still enjoy it.
I love
I'm
it.
sure there's a niche out there that's going to have an opinion for sure.
I'm going to love it. That being said, how many popcorns are we
What's
giving
your
this guy?
opinion?
Based on the trailer, though. I'm going to give it 3.5.
Okay.
I want to see more, and I think they're hiding a lot in this, but let's see. Let's go to the movies and see.
I'm here for Dave. I'm here for Dave. I love him in absolutely everything. Well, if the building up is anything to go by, Afterburn is shaping up to be a must-watch this weekend, and it drops officially today.
Yeah, so make sure you head to your nearest cinema. And just like in the movie, we've hidden a secret bit of treasure for you, and it's somewhere around our Expresso show set. So what you need to do is head to our Facebook, X, or Instagram page and tell us where have we hidden our Mona Lisa. So you've got to keep an eye out throughout the show this morning, and you could stand a chance to win one of 5 double tickets to watch the movie at your local Ster Kinnico. The competition closes Sunday at midnight. All comp details are available at expressoshow.com. Are you looking for something, bro?
Is it in our studio or their lounge? You can look around your
Guys, I told
lounge
you, I
now for
wanna
2
see
minutes. We'll keep looking in our studio. We'll see you now. Must be something. Is it big? Is it small?
something, yeah, actually, bro.
Little?
Only you can make my day.
We see the person behind the banking profile. We see your story. Expresso was proudly brought to you by ABSA. Your story matters.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, Expresso fam. Our fam always gets a little bit bigger when we've got this many goodies out. Zoe has decided to stay, and with good reason.
I'm hoping I can get something before I go.
We've got some heavy hitters here, and W Beauty is where it's at. We've got something exciting to share. Woolworths Beauty Festival is back this weekend, offering 25% off 2 selected beauty products. Yes, you have heard correctly. That's 25% off 2 selected beauty products. That matters a lot with these kind of products. That's across multiple categories as well, from skincare to makeup to hair care, and including fragrances. And yes, I will be chatting to and about that Jean-Paul Gaultier elixir in just a moment. That bottle is just amazing.
So, yeah, let's get into it, man, because there's a lot of options. And G-Man, I know obviously you're someone that has been an adventurer. You are the OG when it comes to experiences, and you've put your skin through quite a bit, right?
Well, every day it gets put through a lot.
You can't tell. You can't tell.
No, you can't tell, bro.
Thank you. Your lies really do make me feel better. No, I've reached that age now where you've really got to put back in what life takes out of it. And I've been a big fan of Clarins for a long time. The double serum, absolutely brilliant, pushing the boundaries of anti-aging and innovation and reinventing itself for a new generation. Increased power targeting of the signs of aging linked to natural aging, and of course those induced by lifestyle and environment as well. I think they get it, that when you put yourself out there, it's not just the ticking clock that ages you, but no, we hammer our skin from every direction, whether it's the toxins that we bear, whether it's the sun exposure. You've got to put back in. Now, the Skin Functional Retinoid Blend, absolutely brilliant. Helps to increase the active skin cells, helps to increase collagen density as well. I think you can see it over, I think, oh, there we go.
I think I saw one just over there.
Oh, there we go. There we go. There you can see that guy there. Packs a punch. Unbelievably strong as well. And what I love dipping into the serums, it really does offer you, like especially a night serum, its density, and it is so intense. The second you put it on, you're like, okay, there's a reason why I need to sleep with this on my face all night.
You hear your skin go,
but it works. And I think what's blown my mind is how quickly it works as well. And it's vital. If you're in my phase of life, you've got to look after yourself.
So clearly there's some secrets here. I was wondering why he hasn't aged for all these years.
No, it's been how many years on the screen? Over 20?
Exactly. Longer than you've been alive, I think, girl. I think you, being nature boy, probably spend a lot more time out in the elements than most.
Listen,
what is your go-to?
So the reason why I don't look like I'm living on the cancer equator line is because I'm actually protecting myself and making a big factor about that. So I'm going to just pop over on this side and show you 2 of the secrets, and I hope I'm not blocking anything else because, let's do that because I didn't want to do this on TV, but I'm going to have to. Okay, so you guys seen all those nature boy shots of myself with and stuff like that, right? Sometimes the sun ain't working and the light's not popping, so I get a little extra bit of glow on, all right? And that's what I'm using over here. This is the product that I'm using. It's made for sensitive skin. It's a body serum as well, but it really does give you a glow. It hydrates your skin. A lot of people come at me. They say I'm ashy. They say I'm looking ashy all the time when I'm in the mountain. Lucian does it a lot, and I've realized when
that's
I am.
Lucian.
Early. Who wants to moisturize at 4 a.m.?
But if I am on a shoot or looking for that real glow and pop, and as a man, I'm not embarrassed about this. This thing has done wonders for the likes on Instagram, I'm telling you. And it's absolutely done the most. And we've got the little option over here too, which is amazing. It's got added vitamin C to it. It's a concentrated glow serum, and it's something that I'm absolutely loving. So these 2 are what get the abs popping, all right? I didn't want to reveal that on TV, but okay, there's the secret.
We'll all lean on that one. It's perfectly fine, man.
Obviously, with regards to SPF, I'm using that protection all the way up to 50 because I'm spending a lot of time in the sun. I don't want to just have that stickiness and that feel, so I love what this is doing in terms of its application. It's light, it gives me that complete shield, and it really is helping me in summer as it's arriving. So if you're in Uppington, hello, this is the plug for you people. This is the one you need.
And I love that, and that's where the 25% off when you're going to invest in a product that works so well, especially as a concentrator or serum. It just makes sense.
It does.
How? How is the hair so beautiful all the time? Very much she's a rugby-playing, television-presenting superstar. So how do you maintain the look?
Most of the time, I have my natural curls, and sometimes I do this where I straighten and create curls. So it's really important for me to have hair care that uplifts that and maintains that moisture through heat damage or just trying to really lock in on my curls. So this is a product I really want to try, the Moisture Lock by W Beauty. It's got squalene and hydrochloric acid, which I'm more used to on my face. I've never actually seen it in a shampoo.
Being used in this way.
No, but it's really cool. So what I do, I'd take my conditioner, this is the W Beauty, and then I would go with a satin bonnet. So these bonnets are so cool because you can put them in the microwave and then you heat it up and your moisture just locks in to a
Why
whole
don't you tell
different
me
level.
about this? You see me trying to grow my hair.
This is a science experiment
You're
I'm
holding
ready
these plugs
for.
from me. Come on.
I'm so sorry.
okay.
I'm so sorry.
And he's at that phase of growth now where I can see you like, do I tie it up? Do I wear it?
That
Do I let
awkward
it?
phase. Guys, I'm struggling so much. These things are popping
now we've
out.
got you sorted. It's fine.
So, okay, thank you. This is awesome. But listen, okay, so we've got skin sorted, hair sorted. We just got to have a fragrance to
That's
go
the
with
reason
it, right?
why I've swapped sides.
Is that why you
here.
got there, G? Yeah?
Okay, so I'm going to just jump right in. If I'm going to get something for Linz, Jean-Paul Gaultier, how they are able to reinvent themselves on another
Is it
level.
this one?
Absolutely beautiful. But look at that, the elixir.
This bottle is beautiful.
If you don't have one of these on your little beauty cabinet there, are you even living, okay? Beautiful as a gift, but I like the fact with the offer on at the moment, you can dream a little. You know, you can treat yourself like
This
the
is
queen,
stunning.
or
Not
treat
you
your
can,
partner
you
like the
should.
queen.
You
Yeah,
should.
exactly, that she is. Absolutely
The
beautiful.
bottle
What do
is
you
so
make?
beautiful. You could give it to your partner empty and they probably wouldn't even complain.
Wow.
Yo, it smells amazing.
No,
For
that
me,
is
it's how
gorgeous.
they nailed the balance of the sweet scents without it being too
And I
much.
like this. This
Absolutely
design. It makes it
gorgeous.
feel like I'm gonna be the bomb. You know, like I've got a grenade.
You see, now this is what you want out of a fragrance.
Look
You
what
want-
it's doing to Zoe already.
Exactly.
Action packed.
You want to turn into a big child again, and that's beautiful. I'm going to grab another slide. If you had to pick up a fragrance
Oh, man,
for the
I
new
don't know,
season,
dude.
maybe.
Like, I must say, I
that is
have had my
beautiful.
eye on the one right in the corner there, the Versace fragrance that you've got just in front of you, G.
This guy.
That deep, dark blue reminding me of the ocean.
fresh
It's got a
and
fresh zestiness to it. It's got a bit of opulence to it at the same time. And it's a perfect blend, I think, as you head into the Aquarius age of our lives. Summer is here. That means we're getting into liquid.
That's
We're
why
going
Bruno
oceans.
Mars sings about this.
Oh, he did?
Dancing
Yeah!
on the floor.
And it has that effect, right? I can't help but like gravitate closer to you guys.
I was going to
Yeah.
The
say,
scent
buddy,
coming out here, like,
it's
what
not
is
you, it's the fragrance.
What is this
dude.
effect?
I want to
It's
go to
gorgeous.
Woolworths just afterwards, just so I can walk down. Someone smell me.
But you know what it is? Yeah, I know. You do the linger where
Yeah,
you
yeah,
just...
yeah.
I think you need to be warned though, if you are going to be dropping yourself, dropping these fragrances on yourself, be prepared to walk around malls and say, no, you can't have my number. No, thank you.
Okay,
Just get
one
ready.
more picture, one more.
Princess.
What I love about this, it kind of feels like you're just stepping out of the ocean. There's something beautiful, fresh. They've got everything, and these are premium, Dolce. I mean, this is an opportunity, and we're getting 25% off 2 items, buddy.
And we gotta, while you have that out here, can we talk about Marc Jacobs Daisy Wild? Because that bottle looks
I know,
so
it's
exquisite.
exquisite.
I love the look of it. I love the options that we have here, Mzansi. And I think that, you need to figure out how you're gonna elevate yourself because
You can
you've got
get
so
more
many
in there,
ways to
girl.
do
Yeah.
it.
You can get more in there.
I should have worn an outfit with pockets today.
Where's
but
the
I
coat?
did not.
That's why I'm wearing the super baggies today. Absolutely love it. There are so many fragrances. Jean-Paul Gaultier, absolutely beautiful. I'm seeing some Gucci in there as well. An opportunity for you to spoil yourself or spoil that special
listen,
someone in your life.
I'm gonna maybe just get some glow on, seeing that we are on live TV.
Yeah.
So.
Does that
Show
mean
me
he's
your
going to take his
abs.
clothes
Show
off
me
to
your
cook?
abs. Come on, surely.
They are going to be preparing something special in the kitchen, whether they'll have clothes on or not, I don't know. Danilo is a little bit spicy, but what are you waiting for at home? Get to your nearest Woolworths Beauty and shop the Beauty Festival. It is massive, guys. 25% off, not 1, but 2 selected beauty products. Offer valid up until the 31st of this month, so you better get on it, and you can shop in-store, online, or using their amazing app, and the T's and C's can be found at woolworths.co.za. Happy shopping, happy discounting. Love it.
This smells so good.
Okay, I'm going to
Wow.
take one of each, I think.
You get a bottle. You get a
And
bottle.
just like that, from fragrances, elevation of our skin, and all the glow that we need to a superstar. Once again, Danilo's in town, and after finding out a little bit of Skinner in entertainment news, I'm more excited to be transported to Italia, because last time you were here, you did that so perfectly, and I think we're going to kind of continue that sentiment right now. Yeah?
But listen, Linda, honey, you work really hard.
I do.
And I feel like you just need a little brekkie
Thank
And
you.
so I've prepared already a version that you can taste there. That I want you to just have your breakfast, please.
Thank
Go and
you.
eat. And I don't want you involved on my chef. Get out of my kitchen. You don't get into my kitchen.
Is that the Italian way?
It is.
Just watch the show.
So today we're going to be making something very traditional to the Roman side of Italy. It's a spaghetti carbonara.
Okay.
There are many stories as to how spaghetti carbonara really originated. Some of them say that it was during the coal mines in the 19th century because carbonaro as a word means coal mining. And so the black pepper is meant to represent the sort of black coalness of the...
Yes, from the mines, okay.
The other one was a bit of a rude one, and this is why you're getting it for breakfast. It's basically bacon and eggs for breakfast. Was during World War II, the American soldiers would give the people of Italy their bacon and egg rations on a daily basis.
Hey, so that's where the Western influence came from.
And the main trick really with the carbonara is that you want to try and not use cream. There is no cream technically in the carbonara. The creaminess comes from two ingredients. Obviously, this egg yolks that I've just mixed now with pecorino cheese.
Is that what's gone into that?
That's what's gone into this now.
Cheese and egg yolk.
And egg yolk.
Okay.
2 egg yolks and pecorino
And it's
cheese.
already looking, it's looking creamy. Like
Yes.
it's starting to like...
But
yeah.
Ryle, the real star of the show is pasta water. So most people have learned recently that pasta water is a magical ingredient.
Yes.
Because once you've boiled it in, not only do you have the starchiness of the pasta water, you've also got the saltiness that's inside there. And because of the starch inside pasta water, what ends up happening is that you create an emulsification. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Which doesn't, it kind of like breaks down the oils.
Emulsifies.
Yeah, it breaks down the oils in pasta itself. And now slowly but surely, you want to add a bit of this pasta water in. You technically should be doing it on the stove, but I want my bacon to get to the perfect temperature. But you'll see this will start becoming slightly whiter, and you need to whisk this slowly in here because you don't want the eggs to scramble. Because once you get scrambled eggs, then you're not in a very, very good
So
position.
the starch is now sort of the catalyst to changing the color in this one.
Correct.
I thought we were making food, and here I am
I actually want to put the pasta
at
in
a
first.
science project.
Literally,
This is
that is literally what it becomes.
Yeah.
And I know, why are you avoiding this tasting? Are you not into...
Like, am I really
I
allowed to
asked
eat?
you to please eat
I'm
this.
not going to complain, bro. I worked out so hard yesterday, so I will not complain about having breakfast while you make this breakfast.
Go ahead.
I love how we get to taste test before the final product, so thank you for prepping this.
Sorry for all your loud sizzling that's going on here, but I really want you guys to get a sense. And then obviously the creaminess, like I said, will just come from that egg yolk and the pasta water. And I might even need to add a bit more pasta water in here, but I just want to see how this comes out. Come out okay?
Not okay. No, not okay. Hang on a second here. There's a crunchiness in this bacon.
Yes.
There is an alarming amount of creaminess, and there's no cream in this. There's flavor. There's embodiment. There's Italian. What is going on? I don't
told
even know why I've never had this for breakfast before.
The two magic ingredients that you have to know is the egg yolks and this pasta water. Is really, really champion.
And pasta water. And that,
And
what
you
was
give
that,
us a little
pecorino
flick.
cheese as well?
Pecorino.
Pecorino,
And
yeah.
you've mentioned now bacon in here. That's
word.
obviously the very South African version of what you put inside a pasta dish. But technically speaking, a
would you tell
carbonara
us?
like this would use either something like a guanciale. And a guanciale is basically like a cured pork. It cures in these really cool stone basins for many, many months.
Whoa.
That gives it that really rich flavor. But bacon will do just fine. Either that or there's, what's that other Italian bacon called? I keep forgetting its name.
No idea,
But
yeah.
yeah, guanciale is the traditional sort of meat that you would use. Thinly sliced, crisp it up like that, and then you get that nice crunchiness from your bacon, that saltiness that's inside the pecorino cheese with that bacon, and then just some egg yolks and basic pepper. And then
So
you're
that
done.
saltiness you spoke about, is that actually coming from the cheese itself?
Correct. The pecorino
Interesting,
cheese is already
okay.
lightly salted, and literally just like this, it's done. It's the most easy way to be able to make a pasta dish in such a way that takes you like maybe 5-10 minutes to be able to whisk and mix together. And obviously with a little bit of the pasta water, creating that emulsification, can you see that black pepper and that creaminess that sits inside the pan?
Bro, I feel
Done
like
and dusted.
I feel like I've landed in heaven. Thank you.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
this is a gift, bro.
Good.
I really appreciate you right now.
And there's only one tip that I will give you if you're ever going to try this yourself.
Yes.
And the main thing that you saw me whisk out your egg yolks and things on the side is to always take the egg yolks and the pecorino on the side to be mixed, never on the heat. Otherwise, you will create a scrambled egg.
Scramble, and we don't.
And we don't want scrambled eggs on our pasta. We're Italian. We don't do scrambled eggs. No, not in my kitchen.
Not in this man's kitchen. And clearly, this is Danilo's kitchen because he's taken over. And I'm not complaining. I think you can definitely stay for the entire morning because this is absolutely delicious. If you want to replicate one of the best Italian breakfasts, whatever that word is, breakfasts around, then find that QR code right now, scan it. You'll get all the recipe inspiration and how to put this together. You whip this up in like 2 minutes.
Literally.
It's so
very, very quick to put together. And obviously it depends how cooked you want your bacon and all of that stuff. But
So,
buon appetito.
Clearly, at home, you the one that's making the food?
See, always.
Oh,
Always. You know what I mean.
I need to come over for dinner because this is exceptional. I'm done with restaurants. I want Danilo's food because it is incredible. If you were to highlight a specialty, and I'm pretty sure it's probably Italian, what would your go-to dish be to show off all your skills?
Italians are known for their simplicity of ingredients, and every flavor itself really stands out. So one of the things, so one of the things that I really, really love to make is always pasta. Pasta is always my go-to. But the thing that I always make with the pasta is the traditional Neapolitan pasta, so Napoletana. Something with a really simple, basic sort of tomato, basil, some chili thrown in, and that is perfect. Otherwise, those very alternative, new agey Italian pastas with lemon rind, some artichoke, aglio olio kind of styles. Those kind of pastas are my favorite to make because they're easy, they're full of flavor, and honestly, the most delicious things that one can create. Otherwise, what I'm gonna make for you guys later today is my personal favorite dish. Ooh. Just a pizza. Like a really good pizza. Do you know the difference between a Neapolitan pizza and a Roman style pizza?
I'm not 100% sure. Ooh,
are you that kind of guy who goes to the store and gets a crispy base or that more chewy, soft base?
It depends because when I was in Italy, the chewy, soft bases were incredible. And I never ever liked it until I tried it over there because I was always a crispy kind of guy. So something changed there. I think it's something to do with the dough.
It's the flour.
Or the flour. But listen, we've clearly got every reason to stick around because Danilo's come through not to cook, but to share all his science creations with us. And I can't wait to get whisked away once again to Italy and you get front row seats. Don't go anywhere. While I tuck on this, we'll see you in just a bit. Oh, this is amazing.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Hey, I'm Zanzi. Welcome back. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show. What an incredible show we've had already. It's just been 1 hour of the 3 that's promised this morning, and it's feeling amazing. So let's keep the energy going right now, and as it hits the perfect time, it's on the hour, we're going to start off with another round of official headlines, and starting with national news. Now, the National Empowerment Fund in the Northern Cape says women-owned businesses remain its strongest clients as they reliably repay loans and sustain operations. Now, the fund has encouraged aspiring entrepreneurs to approach them for support. And meanwhile, a women's empowerment seminar hosted at Kruger National Park tackled barriers facing women in leadership, including sexual harassment and exclusion from top roles. Now, organized by the Commission for Gender Equality, the event will produce a report with recommendations for Parliament to strengthen gender equity. Next up, delegates at the Continental Energy and Infrastructure Investment Forum in Sun City examined Africa's energy future, stressing the role of nuclear alongside coal, oil and gas. Now, renewable sources like wind and solar are expanding, but experts warned they cannot fully power industries such as mines and oil refineries. Now, delegates from South Africa, Zambia, Namibia, Angola and the DRC emphasized a balanced mix of energy with calls for long-term planning to secure reliable power and ensure the continent's development path remains sustainable. Well, we move over to international headlines next, and at least 21 people, including 4 children, were killed and dozens injured after Russia launched its deadliest missile barrage on Kiev since July. Now, a 5-story residential building was destroyed and the European Union's diplomatic mission in the capital was damaged alongside the British Council offices. Now, Ukrainian forces reported almost 600 drones and more than 30 ballistic and cruise missiles fired in the assault. Now, European leaders condemned the strikes as reckless and deadly, heightening fears over the safety of civilians. Well, next up, we move to Kenya, and Kenyan authorities are investigating after a Spanish man was filmed pouring beer into an elephant's trunk at Oljogi Conservancy in Laikipia. Now, this sparking public anger. Now, the viral video, later deleted from social media, showed him drinking before offering the beer to the animal. And conservationists condemned the act as dangerous for both the elephant and the man. Now, the Kenya Wildlife Service has joined the probe with calls for accountability. And the incident follows criticism of tourists disrupting wildebeest migration in the Masai Mara region. And lastly, in this round of headlines, Netflix scored its first theatrical triumph as its monster animated hit K-pop Demon Hunters dominated the North American box office with $18 million from a special sing-along event. Now, already the streamer's most watched animated film since June, screenings in 5 countries saw fans singing, dancing, and dressing up as their favorite K-pop heroes. Now, horror thriller Weapons followed with $15.6 million, while Disney's Freakier Friday debuted third at $9.2 million. Now, Fantastic Four and The Bad Guys 2 completed the top 5 with Nobody 2, Superman, Honey Don't, The Naked Gun, and Jurassic World Rebirth all trailing behind. Well, movies are ablaze, and we definitely look forward to that, but it's sport on the list up next, and G-Man, of course, has the latest.
Thank you so much, my brother. Let's dive right in with a little national pride. Bafana head coach Hugo Broos has named a trimmed-down 23-man squad for September's FIFA World Cup qualifiers up against Lesotho and Nigeria, and that's going to happen in Bloem. Some key inclusions, some big names: Kamogelo, Sebelopele, youngsters Umduduzi, Shabalala, and Relobachile Mafokeng all making it in. Well done. And then Burnley striker Life Foster also returning from afar. South Africa currently topping Group C with 2 wins, and they could seal 2026 qualification if they do it. Now let's get into tennis, and it's all shaping up for the big guns. World number 2 Iga Swiatek was forced to dig deep, in fact, at her US Open round yesterday, battling past the Netherlands' Susan Lummens, 6-1, 4-6, 6-4 on the Arthur Ashe Stadium court. So after cruising through that first set, Swiatek stumbled a little in the second, but then regrouped in the decider to set up now a third-round clash with Russia's Anna Kalinskaya. Now, the writing is on the wall when it comes to the UEFA Champions League. It is going to be thunderous. So Liverpool and Man City, they will both face Real Madrid in the season's Champions League, which is great. The City also meeting Napoli and Dortmund, while Liverpool, they'll host Atletico Madrid and Inter Milan. What a draw. Then holders Paris Saint-Germain, they've got another brutal run as well, drawing Barcelona and Bayern Munich, as well as Tottenham and Newcastle. And I think both Spurs and the Geordies have a lot to prove in the Champions League this year. It's going to be amazing. Now let's get into some athletics. And Olympic champion Julian Alfred stormed to victory in the women's 100 meters at the Diamond League finals in Zurich, clocking an incredible 10.76 seconds. So the St. Lucian sprinter, fresh from making history in Paris, of course, held off Jamaica's Tia Clayton, who ran in 10.84, and then Britain's Dina Asher-Smith, who was just out 10.94 behind him, and that was obviously the perfect tune-up ahead of next month's big one, the World Championships in Tokyo. So we'll certainly watch that space, but our athletes are flying. That's where we leave our sport for now. Let's get our first update on the roads.
Thank you so much, G-Man. And yes, many of you heading out the roads this morning. Let's see how we can assist you. We're going to start in Midrand in Gauteng, and traffic is extremely slow moving as a result of congestion on the N1 southbound, and that's before Olifantsfontein and Old Joburg Road. Now, motorists are advised to exercise patience and consider alternative routes if possible, as significant delays in the area are expected. Now we move to Cape Town next, and Kales River specifically, and there's heavy congestion experienced on the R300 northbound at Old Paul Road. Now do allow for some added travel time, as you can see from the visuals, and I think for everyone on the roads this morning, wherever you are headed, stay safe, plan accordingly, and please do buckle up. Now from the roads to the weather news, let's dive into another edition. Another round of news in the world of weather, and the South African Weather Service has issued fire danger warnings for wide parts of the country. Extremely high fire danger conditions are expected over the western parts of the northwest, the eastern parts of the Northern Cape, parts of the Free State, as well as the northern and extreme southern western areas of KwaZulu-Natal. Now, similar risks are highlighted in places over Mpumalanga and Limpopo, and no impact-based severe weather alerts have been issued. Once again, we get excited because this is that round of sunrise view time. And this one sent in by Godfrey all the way from Stellenbosch. We got power in this shot. It's just the sun beaming as it rises up, gives us the promise of an absolutely spectacular day. And 20 degrees, that's what you can expect in Stellies today, starting off an incredible weekend. And let's keep this incredible energy going with another sunrise view in the next hour. Come through Mzansi, use the number 0630369649 because we love seeing however you're going to start your day in South Africa, in Africa, or the rest of the world. But for now, here's another chance to see what temperatures you can expect on your side of town.
Oh, that beautiful view. Uppington, thank you so much for bringing in spring.
Actually.
Bayanda Walaza, can I just spare a thought for this young sprinter yesterday doing his hamstring in the 100 meters?
He was going to win the race, G. The start of the race was insane. Bayanda got a cracker. By the 40-meter mark, he was literally ahead of the entire pack. Akani Simbini, Coleman, Seville, some of the top sprinters in the world. This junior was ahead of them all.
He's
and
still
then
a schoolboy, eh? Yeah.
the hamstring.
So, you know what, my hope is that he wins the Powerball and Powerball Plus today. I don't know if he can, but he might. No, you can, certainly. And it is massive. We are talking about 85 million rand today. Come on. Get your chance for an unforgettable Friday, or life, I suppose. So don't miss out your Powerball, 37 million. Your Powerball Plus, 48 milli today.
Yeah, lots of millions. So how do we do it? Well, here's how. You can buy tickets now in store. Head to the nationallottery.co.za website. You can use your mobile app. You can also try cell phone banking if you don't have the app, or if you have none of those, use your phone, dial *120 *7529 hash, and then USSDs will come up, and just follow the cues. It's that simple.
Super, super easy. We've made it even simpler by posting all of those deets on the Expresso socials while you're taking in our amazing content. You can also have a little gander and then play your Powerball and Powerball Plus for 85 million rand in that jackpot estimated today. Wow.
Oh, there's a lot to look forward to right now because someone has just stepped in the building. Kaya Leach's finest. We're talking about none other than Dee Koala, baby! Yeah, things about to get cool out here.
Oh, you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, yes, Mzansi, welcome back. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And yeah, it is still August, and this is the reason why we're celebrating and putting incredible women on the pedestal. And next up, we've got one to show off, Dee Koala, who shook the scene 5 years ago with her debut album, For the Culture. And now she's back with a new album, Intsikelelo, and a personal project that reflects growth, gratitude, and purpose. Now, she's going to be celebrating this milestone with a special event this September. But before we chop it up, let's take a look at her talent.
Shree. 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 after ishow anaxesha loringa ndishaya ngovayi esekhona inye imedi endibethela imehlo khana ibetha ngoyaba thile medi yifuna sekumna kancane kuseya ndishaye ngofaka xa ndifika phaa kum gotta get in the studio kancane ngithere ngikhaya kusemeteza kuma ndiyifiti necana ndiyinika isavana sivane qha ekuseni makavuke ndiyinike yeteksi kancane ibethe ngebati and ndandikopolanga nani ngekade no favors just send me my zaka and nangoku sendima umanyaka cause how many niggas I can't
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Dee Koala in the building.
Boom, 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 boom.
You never miss, huh? Why does this effect happen when I listen to your music? My mouth goes, my shoulders go,
People say that.
What is
though.
that?
I don't know. I think my confidence and the toughness of the way I deliver.
To be honest, you're putting a spell on us when you rap, huh?
I mean, yeah. There's a little bit of fast here and there.
And listen, you conjured something incredible once again.
Oh,
Firstly,
thank
how you
you,
doing
man.
this morning?
I am great. How you doing?
Yeah, good. I know you've been performing. I know you're doing the most, and I
Yes.
appreciate that
I mean, the album's out, so I gotta do the most.
We got to do the most, and thank you for
Yes.
coming through after performance and serving Mzansi live on TV. But this new album,
Oh, wow.
Intsikelelo,
Yes.
this is incredible. I think this one means blessings, right?
Yes, it does.
So what exactly is this representing with regards to where you at in your career? Because we've done some things, yeah?
I feel like naming that, besides naming it after my mom, I feel like it also...
After moms, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like it also just resembles the process I went through with grieving when she passed away. But it's also about the blessings that occurred or like I got in the time of grieving when I thought that like I probably won't get back in the game. So I thought I lost my source, you know. But then the brands were calling, the music was still happening. I didn't lose anything of me, but I was just in a dark space. So the Intsikelelo is inspired by her, but also about the good things that have happened during loss. And I think looking at this situation in a brighter way is just looking at her telling God exactly what it was. So it's like a quick message to God when she's up there with him, you know.
Oh,
so
I love that.
It's kind of like because I was quiet for some time in terms of not making music, and it was because of grieving, but still Dee Koala still lived. So that's what kind of pushed me to finish up this album and name it Intsikelelo.
This is beautiful because it seems like we've reached a point in our lives where Dee's gone deeper. Dee's really finding
so
out the
too.
deeper parts of herself,
Yeah.
and I think that's going to definitely come through in your rap. And especially if you look back on this journey, because we were mentioning 5 years ago you dropped that album for the culture.
Yes.
And I think that was a big moment in SA hip-hop. I think obviously from the Kasi, from Kaya Licha, from people in Cape Town celebrating this, having a woman that never misses, that sounds this good, it was like a victory for us.
Sure.
After this journey, 4 years later, we look back on it. How do we reflect on where we've come and how we're feeling?
Oh man, it's been a crazy journey. I don't wanna lie, it's been a crazy journey. I'm super proud of myself, and I'm also proud of the fact that I trust my brand so much that I can take time to myself and alert and have such a supportive team, and I can just sit back and have time with family and have time with myself, have time with the Odwa, and then go back in the game and kill it some more. So I feel like it's just a reflection of always trusting how good you are and always having confidence and just trusting God in the process.
Yes. Now, let's talk about September, because obviously we've got new music. You're going to be doing the things. People
What's
want to
up?
see you. Where can we find you? What's happening? I believe we've got something on in Googs as well.
Yes.
Talk to me about this.
I feel like, okay, so I have a lot of gigs planned, just as in terms of like just popping up and doing some shows. 15th September, I am in, I think it's Bloemfontein with Sejo. I'm doing a show this weekend, I think 2, and then some schools here and there in terms of like, you know, giving back and just also performing some of the music on the album. And then in terms of for the culture, this time it's kind of different. It's more of a celebration because it's also been 5 years of the actual event, and it's 5 years of me being a festival director. So I'm really proud of me. So like now it's gonna be a theater live band performance, which is totally rare for hip-hop.
That's powerful,
So for hip-hop
yeah.
events, we used to, you know, just getting a location and jumping up and down and having fun.
Bass lines, speakers,
and some
yeah.
decks and that's all.
Yeah.
So right now we're having a live band, live performances, interactions. I think on stage at that time, we're going to be sitting down and having serious chats. I feel like it's going to be really, really, really cool and different, and a moment for people that probably prefer events like that in terms of hip-hop, though. So we're kind of catering to everybody.
Yeah, I got to say, there's something different about you. I know you're always coming to our couch. You're part of the family, but there's a healing that's occurred in you, and it's coming through in a beautiful way. And I'm so excited to see this next step of your journey as you celebrate this new music. And we in Zanzi get to look forward to it because it's happening live right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. So clearly you don't need to go anywhere. The good stuff just gets better and better, and we look forward to this one soon.
Now, this is what we mean. When we joke and we all light about this being the manifestation station, we get the privilege of seeing artists like Dee manifest around them. I love it. I think what we are seeing is an artist go global, and we are here for that. And in fact, this space is what that is all about. This Women's Month, we have seen women breaking the mold. Clover pulled out all the stops to celebrate in style with a very special event. And guests were treated to an interactive masterclass hosted by none other than the Taste Master South Africa Season 6 winner, the incredible Lucky Masinia, followed by an elegant high tea and a showcase of some unbelievably delicious dishes, making it a day to remember. Let's see if we can steal a seat there.
What's happening at the Clover head office today is a celebration of women featuring the man himself, the winner of Taste Master Season 6, Lucky Masinia. We're very excited to have Lucky here, and as the headline sponsor of Taste Master, this really feels like a homecoming journey for Lucky today.
Lucky, congratulations on winning Season 6 of Taste Masters. We are so proud of you. From your family at Clover, we wish you all the best. We cannot wait to come and eat at your restaurant one day. We wish you all the best. We cannot wait to see you growing into fame.
The Taste Master SA was a launchpad for my career. This was a door of opportunity, and I'm just super excited, and I cannot wait to show you guys what's in store. Starting off, we are gonna do a masterclass. There is nothing that isn't a lady's favorite like chocolate, so we're gonna do a really nice chocolate tasting with the ladies. We're just gonna tell them a few tricks of the trade or of the industry as far as patisserie is concerned. Good afternoon, ladies. We're gonna start with the dark chocolates, and really good chocolates. Nice chocolate is found either 20 degrees south or north of the equator, because that's where the sun shines the most. It needs a lot of sun. And this will be your deconstructed plated desserts. Thank you so much, guys.
I think it was indeed a very special day to celebrate us ladies. It made everyone feel really special.
This special day was really humbling. It showed us that you can come from whatever background you come from and still make success and imprint that on other people's lives.
The food was nice. It was flavorful. I like the aesthetics, how it looks. I could eat the food with my eyes before my mouth. The taste was incredible.
What I really liked about today's whole high tea masterclass was that how he explained to us the piping techniques. I think it was so brilliant. And also how he made us taste the different flavors of chocolates. It made us understand what a high brand quality chocolate is.
My key takeaway from the masterclass was honestly Lucky's story. I was so inspired by it. I always live by the code, whatever you put your mind to can be achieved. And honestly, that was Lucky's experience in this whole thing. I mean, he literally started from the bottom and look where he is now. So I was really inspired by his story that whatever you put your mind to, you can achieve.
To my friends at Clover, thank you so much for allowing me to honor all the lovely ladies that have poured into our hearts and that continue to make sure that they equip in our lives. And I cannot wait to partner with you guys again. For me, Capsicum Culinary Studio, Clover SA, it's a good day and goodbye.
And look at Lucky, now just a whole culinary superstar. So that's what happens when you come through the Tastemaster South Africa gateway. So proud of him. So
Pride
proud.
is an understatement, and I think this is a lot of what we get to look forward to when it comes to just the growth, the evolution, and the success of our people. Because right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show is where we celebrate all of this, and we're going to keep those celebrations going.
Oh,
right
completely.
now, yeah?
And then we're going to make a statement. The best pizza in the world comes from Napoli. Quickly, go to ad break. No, we'll see you after the break to make pizza.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for choosing to round up your amazing week with us, and it has been an incredible week. So thank you so much for your input. Let's return the favor and get you dreaming about those beautiful destinations, because we have one around every corner in South Africa. There is a reason why people come from all over the world to be here. And I think the best way to do it, behind the wheel. Every epic road trip journey needs 3 essentials. Snacks, a lot of them, great company, we've ticked that box, and the perfect playlist. And the right song has the power to turn any stretch of road into pure magic. And we want you guys to have a little bit of fun with us as well. Now, we are talking about the playlists that need to be running while we're out on the open road. So I'm going to start this one. My mom was the master of road trips.
Whoa.
And I now begin to realize she was doing a lot with a little. And she knew if she could pack us up in a car, and back then, okay, road safety was slightly different. So you're in Christmas
mattress,
trees at the back.
exactly. Yep.
In our baby Pooh Brown Mazda 323,
Yeah.
the open road. But it would always start with a little bit of music dipping into like Simon and Garfunkel or something that gave me an idea. I realized over those years, I was learning about who my mother was.
Through the music
That she listened to. She was a hippie, she was an activist, she was a fighter, she was a super lover that had so much love and compassion to give. And I learned that. I know, tick of the goosebumps.
That's so deep. I'm like,
I know, try and beat that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, but now we've come full circle, because now our travel song, Hakuna Matata. I listened to the song about 9 times, to the point where I'll lie to my kids and say, oh, no, we've run out of data. I can't play it. I'm sorry. Music has that power, and a road trip, you've got to do it. I know I'm putting you on the spot here, but is there a song that kind of takes you back into that space?
You know what's quite funny is that it actually wasn't music as a kid. My parents used to make us listen to audiobooks.
Oh, wow.
Like those tapes, those physical cassettes that you had to flip over, like, and they were like 4 of them in the stack.
Rewind it, I missed that part.
And pop those in, and we used to listen for like a couple of hours. But the one song that I always remember was, because obviously typically when you get closer to the destination, you want something hypey and like happy. So that life is a highway.
Oh, that's a cool
ride all night.
I love that, man. That's cool.
Rascal or...
I have no idea.
Yeah, I think it's Rascal or something like that. But yeah, that was a good tune. And you?
I like it.
I'm weird. I'm thinking of all these different songs. I mean, currently I'm listening to like Nat King Cole. But one song that stands out for me, and I actually shared the story of this road trip where we almost like died in Coffee Bay. We were doing a 4x4 mission at Little Hole in the Wall. I wasn't engaged in 4x4 and we like slid down the hill almost to our death. The craziest thing about it was that we actually had a theme song rolling up to that hill. It was Riders of the Storm. I don't know if you guys remember. Riders of the Storm.
There might be a reason why you slid down the side
Yeah,
of the mountain.
Literally.
And we were in the old school era of the playlist then, and that song was playing as we got to the top, and you can imagine, Riders of the Storm.
Yeah, yeah.
And I look up and I'm like, yeah,
Oh, no.
engage 4x4, let's go. No! And I swear, that has become our celebration song because it was like a victory. We won life that day and we survived.
But it's also called manifestation, right? You literally manifested your own wins.
The mind is a powerful thing. I can remember having a similar moment with Billy Joel after we had fixed a tire by Three Sisters or something. It was like a disaster. My poor mom just handled it like a pro. And I'm thinking now as a parent how anxious I would have been in the middle of nowhere with that happening. And that Billy Joel song, that in the middle of the night. I just remember that feeling of driving. And we might have even been looking at the Three Sisters, the mountains going, adios. We made it, man. We're on our way. There is something absolutely beautiful about that. I love that. When we talk about snacks, back in the day, we would have actually stopped at those roadside stops and would have opened your bucky, and then the smell of boiled egg.
Boiled egg, egg salad, sandwiches, you know, the drop.
Salted BBJs,
Put into a little like cellophane bucket so you could undo it so you could dip. Thank goodness things have changed. But your guilty road trip pleasure, biltong for me now, I need like a kilogram of biltong if I'm out in the road.
It's a no-brainer, although, I mean, this is going to maybe be TMI, but I'm sure like biltong like bloats me, man. I feel bloated after too much biltong. I'm married to a vegan, and so like when you eat biltong for the first time, it's quite a lot.
So what's your substitute?
I like, for example, dried fruit. I feel like that sweetness, that intense amount of sweetness of like dried fruit, like really gets to me. So that mixed with a bit of salty biltong is like perfect. Not big into nuts thing, like people into like nuts and like peanuts. Not
Makes
for
you thirsty.
It literally does.
And then you need the bathroom every time you're driving. It's a bad stack. I love police obviously as well, but my real kryptonite, guys, to this day, it actually doesn't matter where, road trip, in the house, whatever. You just bring like chips, crisps. Guys, I don't know what it is.
Flavor though matters. What flavor?
So I'm not a salt and vinegar kind of guy. Again,
Get out of here.
Yeah, it makes me too thirsty.
Get out.
Oh no, have I said something wrong?
You've offended the gods.
So I'm more just like barbecue, something hot and spicy. It doesn't matter. It's just, I don't know. Salt and vinegar makes me too thirsty. Then I drink too much and then I need the toilet.
And
then
This is going to define our relationship. Are you clumsy? Do you make crumbs when you are eating chips?
There's only one thing that I make crumbs with, and everybody's allowed to, and that's a pie.
Yes,
that's a pie on the road trip. You have
to.
You have to mess with yourself with that.
And there's some really good gourmet pies in South Africa. If you stop at some of the really good little...
I think there's like specific spots where you have to go, like Peregrine's, Hoek, everybody. They got the Papuati one, they got the lamb one. Everyone does their specialty, curry pies. So that's what South Africa's special.
Do you know what
specialist one.
Okay, I'm going to challenge both of you. Questa's Spirit. Just play that when you're out on the open road today. I love it. Oh man, we got to get outdoors. Can we just call it on work and just get in our car?
Bye.
Okay. But it's over to you now. You can start letting the imagination out of the cage. And what track puts you in that travel mode to get out there and explore? We want to know that from you. Share your go-to road trip anthem, and I want an anthem in the comments, and let us go create the ultimate Shelby Power playlist. Who knows, we might be featuring your playlist on air. And here's the best part. While building that playlist, you could be gearing up for your own adventure of a lifetime. Shala's giving 5 unbelievably lucky couples the chance to win the ultimate South African road trip and track experience. Now, what you have to do is simply fill up at Shell, spend 750 Rand or more 3 times a month, easy peasy, tap or scan your V Plus rewards card, and that's between now and the 31st of October. So you've got a bit of time, but we're going to get a lot of entrants for this. It is an amazing prize, and you could be on the road to experience that experience of a lifetime. But of course, the T's and C's do apply.
Now, listen, I was thinking of this road trip playlist, and I realized, hey, hang on. There's something I've got to add to the list, and that is, of course, Dee Koala, and my first song will probably be Horns.
Ba, 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 ba.
Let's go.
T. Let's go. Shoo. 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 Except after you show and I crash a low ring and the shy and go vibe. Except calling you meti and beteli metro kana I bet I'm going up. Till the meti if una se gumna and man except and the shy go fuck. And if you up a gotta get in this. Cause kancane ngithwele iklama. Esemetheza vuma nifiti necana ninike isavana sivale. Cha ekuseni makavuke ninike yeteksi kancane ayibethe ngebala. And andikopolanga nani ngekade no favors just send me my zang. And nangoku sendima umanyaka cause how many niggas I carry kanyaka. And ongaban pick up and ngose ngqibile kuthentsandekile kusenza zophaka. Cause ezilady yesithana kujiye baphubeka sebalinela unphathi. Ewe mani buhle bangami bubhizi sibidela ekseko kodwa unayo imali asikhathini sodibana mani nobuphungu epikas phuma phandle uzogcwala ngami nasesithawa bagcwele ngami unganikhupha pheqhashi kodwa iqhasha ivaya nami usiskila unolunga sanoba ungacula amagutsho kusalayo kusakhale sami ngane ngibele banengibani uset ekse anzanga ngalonto suka good deep kwinsokolo ekasilamba thena kwismakolo disasintweni gcwele ngekopolo lekunqa idladla nemoto ngayikhesi tsali beyibola kusibhula lesifune sisibhula kodwa zinamala ndibawela incoko okona shine you can tell already keep up the game's so pretty ugly but if uyanzama ngibita rijaka Prince beleke emqolo uthixu yena kanqamanga senfikile kwimpumelelo nifake no fest yikulathaza ungayiphinda leyo ibanenvanga Shana, thank you for having me.
Oh, you are just too cool for school. Did you go somewhere to like the land of cool and you just came back with all the cool? Just leave a little...
I was born like this.
I know, because
Right?
we've met you before. We've seen you now. You've taken it to another level, girl. The flow is just effortless.
Thank you so much.
So that's going onto the playlist, and I have a feeling you might muscle in a few other spots on our playlist. You can let us know what's on your weekend playlist and go and share some love. Dee Koala ain't going nowhere. We're not going to let her leave. The whole weekend is right. Yeah, we'll see you now. No, we will let you go. I promise. I promise.
We see the person behind the banking profile. We see your story. Expresso was proudly brought to you by ABSA. Your story matters.
ho, ho, what do you know? It's your feel-good breakfast show. Welcome back, Mzansi. And also keeping it locked and live right here on your feel-good breakfast show. This is S3. And I've got something interesting for you. This is something that has been definitely tickling my fancy. And in last week's episode, we were creating amazing spaces. It was the Creating Amazing Spaces episode. So we turned the patio into an absolute showstopper. And now it's time to bring the magic indoors. And we are heading straight to the heart of the home, and that's the kitchen. With a splash of Plascon color, this everyday space is about to get a bold new personality. And the question, are you ready to see this transformation? Well, let's have a look and find out.
This completely delightful and inviting kitchen is like a living lesson in the fact that an old kitchen doesn't necessarily mean ripping out everything, spending a fortune and redoing the place from top to toe. What's happened here is actually a lot of very good quality paint. So the tiles on the wall have been painted, the tiles on the floor have been painted, the cupboards haven't been torn out, they've all been beautifully repainted, and the effect is enhanced with all the very considered details. So definitely off came the old handles, in came a glamorous gold handle. The practical things like the toaster and the kettle, they've gone for elements that have great quality. They've invested in delightful art pieces and framed them very simply but with great appeal. But the trick with doing this kind of a makeover, which is basically a paint makeover, is that the paint has got to be really great quality. And that's where something like the Plascon Velvet Glow comes into the picture again, because it's got a great sheen, which makes it feel elegant and classy. And it is pragmatic, because a kitchen, you want to be able to scrub down and keep it super clean.
With turning your kitchen into an amazing space, Plascon Velvet Glow non-drip solvent-based enamel offers the perfect coating for your kitchen with its resilient protective barrier that provides moisture, heat and chip resistance. Plascon Velvet Glow non-drip solvent-based enamel has a semi-gloss satin sheen finish which is completely tough, washable and scrubbable, and comes with a built-in primer allowing for a flawless, classy finish, making your kitchen an amazing space.
Oh, you know what's crazy about this is that I literally used the Velvet Glow when I was doing my kitchen. And it has lasted so long. It was like 2 years ago. And what I did was I used it for the application to change the color of my cupboards. So all the front-facing cupboards. And let me tell you, it's been amazing. And especially if I drip anything on there, I literally just wipe it off and it's clean and it looks like brand new. So an incredible tip there. If you are working on the heart of your home, then that might be a product you want to include right now. And something you also might want to include in the heart of your home is the heart of your home. And that's the kitchen, because G-Man and Danilo are standing by once again and hopefully bringing us more Italian inspiration. Let's go.
I'm always blown away by this young man and the skill sets and just how he embraces life and does everything better than the rest of us, which is, it is quite humbling having you in studio. And again, look, now he's being all humble and sweet.
No, it's not me. It is just, you know, you're good. It's my nonna.
I joke about this because we are treading very lightly where Nonna treads.
Yep.
We are making the pizza of all pizzas in my mind. Yep. Come after me if you want, but for me, a classic Neapolitan pizza made from slow-risen dough topped with crushed San Marzano tomatoes, fresh mozzarella and basil. Come on. And Danilo Acquisto, who is unbelievably good in the kitchen, dude. I mean, that
I'm
could
good
have
in
been
other places as well, Graham. I just love food. I love food.
But that's it. It's the culture, right?
Yeah,
it's the love of making food that gets me into food, right?
And particularly this recipe is so wonderful because it really has a lot of roots in Italian culture.
Give us a bit of background if you don't mind.
I don't mind. I mean, basically, there's two kinds of pizza bases that you know. There's those that like it crispy, and that's the very sort of Roman style of making pizza. And then you've obviously got this Neapolitan style pizza, which
From
is
Napoli.
It's got much more love in it because it sits, the dough sits for at least 48 48 hours. It must sit there and ferment for about 48 hours, which gives it that really doughy edges as well too. So if you've ever been to a restaurant and you've had that really puffy outside, that's chewy dough, that's a Neapolitan style pizza.
You can taste the love.
It always comes down to the flour you're using. So we're using here a doppio zero flour, which means 00. It is the finest ground flour, very high protein flour in it.
Wow,
and that's what you have to, it's all about the quality ingredients for a good Neapolitan pizza.
Hence why guys who make it in another country are flying out like the volcanic rock and the tomatoes and the mozzarella. Okay, I get that.
You cannot make this thing, we're going to cheat today, and my nonna is going to turn in her grave, and she's going to give me hell. But you cannot put this thing technically in an electric oven, but we can try and facilitate the same kind of style.
We can get as close to the original as possible. Okay, I like that. Thank you.
So in order to do that, we obviously want to try and get this oven as hot as possible. So if you could preheat this oven to me for like as hot as you can possibly get it.
1 million
the
degrees.
Hottest it can go. If it can get to 1 million, put it on 1 million. That's where you want it.
On 1 million.
Now, this dough should sit for 48 hours, and because of TV, 1 hour later or 2 weeks later, this dough is sat for 48 hours. And you want to hand crush your sort of tomatoes. They've got San Marzano tomatoes here. Hand crushing them is the best. This does not look like somebody crushed them by hand, so I will speak to the team behind the scenes.
Maybe they came from the tomato festival, you know?
Exactly. So you want a really good, rich tomato, hand crushed, just salted lightly. You can herb it if you really like to, but the beauty about these pizzas is you really want to keep the ingredients simple and let every flavor stand for themselves.
I discovered that, and sorry, I know I'm crossing borders here, but in Barcelona, which has a very similar kind of fresh, fruity culture, where you celebrate a kind of tomato to the point that you literally will have bruschetta and the tomato and garlic, and you'll just brush it on the bread to just get the most out of it. And I think this is that for me. It might have come from a socio-economic challenge being faced, and I'm pretty sure that's how most great food is discovered, or certainly street food. But how many amazing chefs do you think have layered in their brilliance into something so simple?
It must be. I mean, but like you said, what I love about a lot of these recipes that we dig today comes to the most simple environments. It's often the poorest of the poor who were innovative and trying to play, and they had times. They put lots more love into the recipes that they create. Not all pizzas are equal, and I think you need to recognize that as well. So we're also cheating again on here because I do recognize not everything's available in your stores, but 100%. Technically this pizza should use a fior di latte as a mozzarella, so it's a very creamy.
I was going to say that's quite wetter. It's not quite burrata on that end, which is like the big cheeses or big cheeses. But I like that because it is wetter and it's a little bit more unctuous, as Mr. Wasty would say.
And if you can't find fior di latte, obviously you can use these bocconcini. Like bocconcini are like these little small mozzarella balls. They are a little bit wet on the inside and they melt beautifully. You can see it on our final product as well too, how well they melt. And then the real question to you, Graham, basil before the oven or basil after the oven?
I feel like this is a trick question.
It is.
I would ordinarily say after, but I have a feeling you want the flavors involved.
Exactly. So there are two things that I love about particularly a Neapolitan-style pizza. The first is the edge. And it's such a philosophical little message because the edges you need to kind of not touch and leave the edges alone. And it's kind of like the same thing. If you squash the edges, you obviously squash society. And so the idea is really
temperance.
Like a pizza, let the people on the periphery be what they will be. They will make the flavor. And the same thing here. Don't squash your edges. Let them puff up, and you kind of want them to blow up in the oven in the end. The sauce itself will keep the middle and center down.
Okay.
The second is charring. So now that you've got our oven on the hottest temperature you can possibly get to, 1 million degrees.
352 million degrees.
Love it. Once you pop it in, you're going to put it in for a few minutes in this tray itself. You can pop that in for me.
All right.
We're then going to turn this oven up to beyond just baking it in the oven. We're then going to turn it on to grill. And we want that grill for a few seconds to really give that outer edges that burn. You almost want to burn the basil a tad bit.
100%. Okay. And I'm thinking of all the flavors are going to merge, but you're going to still get some individual flavors.
Correct.
With each bite, and then you're going to get this beautiful, unctuous, again, to use my favorite term, mix of flavors. Where can you go wrong potentially with this? Because I am very keen when I cook, bake, and often I'm too keen.
Biggest place to go wrong is like I've mentioned, all those main things. Don't leave your dough to sit for 48 hours at least. You can do two things. Most people will make their big dough ball. They will then cut it up into other little smaller bits and let those rest for another 48 hours. But 2 days. All other pizza dough you almost can make on the same day.
Slow down.
Slow
Just
down.
do it. Come on. I
Leave
like
the
that.
edges. Don't touch the edges. And then obviously obviously good quality ingredients.
How long in the oven before we give it a bit of a grill?
It's a good question. I watch it with my eyes. I see. Does it look beautiful? It looks cooked. You kind of want to see that mozzarella have melted, and if it's melted down to the center and you've got this beautiful sort of like, melty look to it.
Little pockets of.
Turn off the heat, and then you want to almost brown the edges. So that's where you want to sort of burn the extra crisps to get these little brown bits that you can see on this pizza here. And then you also want to maybe even brown some of your basil. Whoever put this fresh basil on board, my granny's coming for you.
Yeah,
Luck
that's
to
all
you.
right. What is your nonna's name, or was your nonna's name?
Irene.
Irene.
Yeah, Irene was my
man.
grandmother's name. And yeah, she loved cooking, but she made really simple recipes. She also grew up in a very like poor household, and so lots of peas in pasta and like simple flavors was her go-to. Yeah.
I love the fact that you have taken the culinary journey as seriously as you have in your family. And I know you're always light and you've got a soft touch, but I can feel how much this means to you and how seriously you take it, because you know the nonnas absolutely demand it. Should we have a little taste now? I'm going to give you the pizza cutter of joy and happiness. There is nothing better for me as a parent than passing on the joy of cooking and being in the kitchen. It's not just about enjoying the food. The stories you can tell, the conversations you can have in the space, and it's, I suppose, why it becomes the common thread on our show. If you think of how many beautiful moments we've had, thank you, in this kitchen space. So, Betty, I'm so chuffed that we've got you here. Cheers. Ching, ching.
Ching,
this
ching
is
in
going to
Italian.
become like a weekly Italian exploration with you, and I'm getting a massive agreed from everyone in the studio. Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Oh, that is lovely. If you come back next week, will you have a different print?
Oh, yes, of course. I go from leopard to sometimes a little bit of tiger.
Ooh.
Depending what I'm feeling that day. And then sometimes a little bit of Black Panther. Get ready.
What will you make if you're Black Panther?
Yeah, exactly. That's a very good question. I don't know, chocolate mousse, who knows?
Maybe a tiramisu or something like that. Exactly. You're absolutely amazing, buddy. Thank you so much for taking us through a few generations of cooking love. We dig you, man.
Love this. Thank you.
Maybe you'll have a cooking show. Ryle, sorry, I know you're feeling like a third wheel at the moment. Come on, man, I'm sorry.
This shit. Nature Boy is in love with this thing, and I can't wait for the Black Panther edition. I heard that one.
You just heard tiramisu.
Yeah, that might be. Can I
Go
steal
ahead,
a piece? This looks incredible.
Actually, you can have a whole pizza if you want, brother. That's how much love is in this kitchen today.
You can even, if you wanted to, just kind of play around as well, too, if you like that sort of Parmesan cheesy style. I know it's not the typical Neapolitan style pizza, but you could just grate some lekker Parmesan.
And bearing in mind, we are about a million miles away from Napoli, so we will make the most of what we've got, and this is pretty close to the original. Absolutely love it, man.
I tried my best to come here and judge Danilo, to be like, nah, this is not close, but bro, it's actually so good. I can't fault you at all.
Good, I'm glad.
I'm in Italy. Thank you.
So now pasta or pizza?
Oh, bro, I just finished that entire plate for breakfast and ask anyone here. I don't do that normally. We fasters, so clearly that was kryptonite for this belly of mine.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's
sorry.
fine.
I'm sorry.
Like the culinary assassin, he snuck in here and just destroyed all intermittent fasting. No, if this is how we're going to break the fast, I'm here for that. Hopefully, you have scanned your QR code and you are cooking along with us. We mentioned tiramisu. What would you chase this with? What is a Neapolitan dessert?
It's a good question. I don't know what the Neapolitans make, but I would probably say like a good sorbetto, like a good sorbet is like typically Italian, like a nice lemon sorbet, or just chase it with an espresso. Like I
was going to say another pizza.
Yeah, that's
what does that say? We love making it as a dessert. It's one of my favorite simple things to make. A little bit of vanilla ice cream and a shot of espresso on top. It's called man, I keep forgetting all these important names, but it's a really delicious dessert because that sweetness of that creaminess.
Affogato?
Affogato.
Nice. Yo, people in the studio know stuff, yo.
Yeah,
people know stuff.
I forgot it. I love that. That's a goodie. But affogato is the most perfect dessert to follow on for something like this. Otherwise, yeah, a good tiramisu is always really, really yummy. The
I still
Italians love
maintain
ice
you're allowed to have another pizza as your dessert.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Do we say ciao, hey?
Ciao, ciao. Oh, buon appetito. Just enjoy your food. Buon appetito.
Ciao, Bella.
See you now.
Cheers. This is lovely, man.
Ghosted by bad signal, we've all been there, from drop calls to missed updates. The good news? Cell C's got your back, ready to go the extra mile to make sure your message gets through loud and clear. Jump onto our Expresso socials, post that all-important message meant for someone not on Cell C, tag hashtag last resort, and you could pocket 2,000 Rand cash. Because when their network lets you down, Cell C's won't. Switch to C. Competition closes every Friday. T's and C's on expressoshow.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. I'm so glad we've had so much fun and it's been all light and fluffy this morning because things are about to get quite intense and I don't know if my little heart can handle it. You need to buckle up. The World Sports Betting Cash Out game hits week 4 and one lucky viewer is about to take the hot seat. Will they ride the highs, play it smart and cash out in time at just the right moment and possibly win up to 10,000 Rand? Well, there's only one way to find out. This week, we asked you guys, cash-out games require bold plays. What's the boldest move you've ever made in real life? And we got a lot of great entrants, so thank you so much for jumping on this one. But Zanele and Klapo won out. This is what she had to say. Was her greatest bold move was to lose everything and start all over again. Hashtag World Sports Betting. I think, Zanele, you and I were destined to meet. So I'm spitting Neapolitan tea and pizza around all over the place. Zanele, are you on the line right now? Good morning.
Morning, and how are you?
I'm all the better for connecting with you, my friend. So I think, like you, I've been through some highs and some massive lows in life, and I've had to press a reset. So I love the fact that you have chosen to use that. How proud are you of achieving this reset in your life? What did this bold move mean to you in your life?
I'm very proud. It means I'm confident in myself, and I'm facing life direct. And bold enough to take the challenges that life throws to me.
Oh, amen. I love that. And you don't know, Zanele, how many people need to hear that. There are so many people feeling like they're on the wrong side of that line and they can't even get out of their beds this morning. To hear someone like you taking those steps, taking control of your life, finding yourself on national TV about to win money because you had the guts, the bravery to do it, absolutely amazing. So, Zanele, I hope we can reward your bravery this morning. You could win anything from 1,000 Rand, that's already in the bag, up to 10,000 Rand. But I need you to listen very carefully. So this is what you've got to do, Zanele. You're going to have to, once our plane is about to take off, you'll see it going down the runway. I'll give you a countdown until that part of the process. Once it's on the runway, you have got to hold your nerve and shout cash out before the plane takes off to lock in your prize and land that win. If you are too late, and we have had like split-second losses. We've seen someone lose 7,000 Rand, nearly 8,000 Rand, but we have seen people win big as well if they can hold their nerve. So, Zanele, I ask you with a lot of nerves in my own system, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, I like it. You sound ready. Okay, the countdown is beginning momentarily. Our plane hits the runway in 3, 2, 1. The countdown has begun. It's over to you to shout cash out when you feel ready. Yo. Can she hold her nerve? Oh, we've just missed it, Zanele. We've stopped at 4,200 Rand. Oh, you were so close to winning that money. You do still get 1,000 Rand straight from World Sports Betting in cash to you to spend on whatever you want. Oh, man, how are you feeling? I'm so sorry. How is your little heart doing at the moment?
I'm excited, but I thought it was still going, but unfortunately, it took off before me saying cash out.
Oh, man, I know. Don't worry. You are not the first to be crushed by this game. It is so intense, but you've got 1,000 Rand, and at least you've had an adrenaline rush for the day. Zanele, you sound like an absolutely wonderful person, and I'm so glad that you were brave enough to take these bold steps in your own life. The competition aside, you are amazing, and you are sending a beautiful message to everyone else in this country. So thank you, Zanele. We love you, girl.
Thank you.
Oh, man, it is heartbreaking for me, but 1,000 Rand is going to Zanele and Klapo, and she had the guts to play the game, but she couldn't nail it. Will you fare better next week? You'll find out.
Oh, incredible stuff. Thank you so much for bringing us that one, G-Man. But just like that, it is hitting the hour mark. We are 1 minute to the hour, so it's time for official duties and one last round of headlines. So let's start on national fronts first up. Now, the Gauteng Department of Transport has impounded more than 16 vehicles for offences such as unroadworthy conditions and illegal operations, prompting anger from Santaco Taxi Association, which suspended services in Benoni and Katlehong. Now, authorities insist that residents have the constitutional right to choose their preferred mode of transport, stressing the importance of restoring order on the province's roads. Now, the Gauteng Transport Inspectorate has been commended for its enforcement efforts amid tensions with taxi operators that have left many commuters stranded. Well, next up on national fronts, the National Empowerment Fund in the Northern Cape says women-owned businesses remain its strongest client as they reliably repay loans and sustain operations. Now, the fund has encouraged aspiring entrepreneurs to approach them for support. But meanwhile, a women's empowerment seminar hosted at Kruger National Park tackled barriers facing women in leadership, including sexual harassment and exclusion from top roles. Now, organized by the Commission for Gender Equality, the event will produce a report with recommendations for Parliament to strengthen gender equity. Well, we move next to international headlines, and Rwanda has received 7 deported migrants from the United States under a deal agreed with President Donald Trump's administration, with 250 expected in total. Now, authorities confirmed 4 would remain in Rwanda, while 3 chose to return to their home countries. And rights groups have raised concerns over possible breaches of international law if migrants face risks in their home nations. And the arrivals are being accommodated by an international organization with support from International Organization and Migration and Rwandan Social Services. Well, next up, at least 21 people, including 4 children, were killed and dozens injured after Russia launched its deadliest missile barrage on Kiev since July. Now, a 5-story residential building was destroyed and the European Union's diplomatic mission in the capital was damaged alongside the British Council offices. Now, Ukrainian forces reported almost 600 drones and more than 30 ballistic and cruise missiles fired in the assault. And European leaders condemned the strikes as reckless and deadly, heightening fears over the safety of civilians. Lastly, something to definitely celebrate, especially if you're a South African, or even just an African at that. Now, South African legend Dr. John Kani has taken his place among the greats, joining the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences voting body. Now, the exclusive circle that decides the Oscars. Now, famous worldwide as King Chaka in Black Panther and Rafiki in Disney's Mufasa, Kani now sits alongside producer Anant Singh as one of only 2 South Africans with this honor. And a lifelong advocate for African storytelling through plays like Nothing But the Truth, Kani's recognition signals that the global stage is ready for Africa's voice. And Wakanda forever, Africa forever, cinema's next great wave is proudly African. Well, I'll leave you with the rest of the headlines and we dive into all things sport. And here's G-Man up next with the latest.
Thank you so much, my friend. We can get excited about our national pride on another level at the moment, it seems, today. So let's start with some football there. Bafana head coach Hugo Broos has named his trimmed 23-man squad for September's all-important FIFA World Cup qualifiers up against Lesotho and Nigeria in Bloemfontein. Some key inclusions, I suppose not surprising, coming from Orlando Pirates in their current form. Kamogelo, Sebelabele, youngsters Umduduzi, Shabalala and Relo Bokhile Mafokeng all in the fold. Congrats. While Burnley striker Lyle Foster makes a return. South Africa in a good position, currently topping Group C with 2 wins, and we could seal 2026 qualification with both of these. So much riding on these 2 fixtures. Now let's delve back into the final big Grand Slam of the year, the US Open, and world number 2, Iga Swiatek. She was forced to dig deep at her US Open last round, battling past the Netherlands' Susan Lemmens, 6-1, 4-6, and 6-4 on the Arthur Ashe court, or on the court in the Arthur Ashe Stadium. So after cruising through that first set, Swiatek uncharacteristically stumbled in the second, but then regrouped in the decider to set up a third-round clash with Russia's Anna Kalinskaya. Now, footballing news to get excited about on a slightly larger sphere. Liverpool and Man City, they will both face Real Madrid in this season's Champions League. We love that. City also meeting Napoli and Dortmund, while Liverpool host Atletico Madrid and Inter Milan. This is UEFA, baby. Then the current holders, Paris Saint-Germain, they face another brutal run as well. And they've got Barcelona and Bayern Munich and Tottenham and Newcastle. And I think the English sides will have a point to prove looking at their domestic seasons. So it's going to be so much to play for. We absolutely love it. Now let's get back on track. And of course, the Diamond League has been serving all week. But last night, the women were on fire. Olympic champion Julian Alfred stormed to victory in the women's 100 meters at the Diamond League finals in Zurich, clocking an incredible 10.76 seconds. And the St. Lucian sprinter, fresh from making history in Paris, did it again. And she held off Jamaica's Tia Clayton, who was just behind her, 10.84. And then Britain's Dina Asher-Smith, 10.94. Very close. Perfect tune-up ahead of next month's World Championships in Tokyo. Wayanda Balaza, we are so sorry, obviously tore a hamstring in the men's final last night, but watch that space. Hopefully he'll be back for the World Champs, but we are eagerly awaiting what the South African athletes are going to do this year. And that is where we leave our sport for now. Let's check up on the roads.
Thank you so much, G-Man. And yes, one last chance to see how you can avoid the traffic and pay attention to these warnings. Now, we're starting off in Pretoria, Gauteng. An accident involving a truck has occurred on the N1 southbound, and that's after Garsfontein Road. Now, the left shoulder affected, so please again exercise caution when passing by. And again, you can see that from the visuals you put up on the screen. And again, with regards to Gauteng, Pretoria, there's a stationary bus on the N1 southbound after Rigel Avenue. Now, the right lane is obstructed and delays, again, are expected, as you can see from these visuals. So buckle up, arrive alive, and plan your route accordingly. From the road to the weather, one last round to see what weather you can expect in your side of town. And our final edition of Weather News. The South African Weather Service has issued fire danger warnings for wide parts of the country. Firstly, extremely high fire danger conditions expected over the western parts of the northwest, the eastern parts of the Northern Cape, parts of the Free State, as well as the northern and extreme southwestern areas of KwaZulu-Natal. Now, similar risks are highlighted in places over Mpumalanga and Limpopo, and no impact-based severe weather alerts have been issued. Well, that means we get to dive into our final sunrise view of the hour, and we've gone international for this one. Let's make it tropical, and let's check out what's happening in Perth, Australia, because Joanne is showing off something absolutely beautiful. We've got birds in the trees, we've got the neighborhood looking so sprightly, and Australia, you can expect 19 degrees in Perth this morning, so thank you so much for sending this incredible shot through, Joanne. We absolutely appreciate you. Like I said, Mzansi, it doesn't matter where you are in the world, South Africa, Africa, or the entire globe, we want to see your sunrise view. So, Joanne, thank you so much for this one, and we'll do it all again Monday morning. The number's 063 036 9649. For now, your temperatures for the weekend at your service. Enjoy.
Hey, come on.
Hey, mate, just
come on, that's not
shrimp on the barbie.
We're not in Kansas anymore, Toto. What's going on here? We don't have wild parrots. I love that, man.
What a cool shot in Perth, right? And the time right now, I think it's like the afternoon. It's like a couple minutes past 2, 9 minutes past 2 o'clock. Yeah.
I love it. Albeit it does look like Durban. Okay, pretty much.
Durban's got the tropical vibes.
If it were not for the labouchane in the, in the corner there.
Oh, well played, G.
That's what you call those birds. They're called labouchanes. Let's give you the chance to win and win big. I mean, we can joke about it, but it is massive. Powerball and Powerball Plus. The jackpots are estimated at 85 million rand in total today. That's going to make an unforgettable weekend. There will be signs. So please, if you're going to play your Powerball for an estimated 37 million rand. And then Powerball Plus, it's a biggie, 48 million bucks today.
This is enough to get you to Perth and back, and do that every month if you
can have
want.
as many labouchanes as you want.
You can buy your world of labouchanes, and you can buy your tickets now in store in order to do that. And you can do it in store on the nationallottery.co.za website, the mobile app, cell phone banking, or simply dial *120 *7529 hash, and then follow the USSDs.
And while it is a bit distracting to go onto the Expresso socials because there is amazing content there, you will find all of those details so you can take some time, plan your route so that you can nail it. Your Powerball and Powerball Plus for 85 million rand in those jackpots estimated today. Incredible.
It is incredible indeed, man. And the incredible is going to be carrying on right now. We've got an hour left of just pure magic. Friday never started this good, and it might just get better. See you soon.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for rejoining what has been the most enriching conversation. I have embraced Women's Month with a new kind of energy, and trust me, I've always been very emotionally invested in this space, but I'm feeling now a level of guilt and a level of panic as Women's Month starts to come to an end. We can hear the trucks moving outside as things change. Because what happens when this month ends? We need these voices to still have the space. And these voices, they are the ones that shape how we see ourselves at the moment. This is storytelling at its most purest. And today we are spotlighting two incredible authors whose work moves between home, memory, and imagination, and they're going to inspire young girls. Most importantly, poet and essayist Sarah Ucheda, author of Not This Tender, brings a migrant's eye and a very precise ear for place, and she will take us there. And then children's writer Lauren O'Connor-May, author of Dream House Adventures, turns family adventures into stories that travel from bedtime to classroom and teach us along the way in English and Afrikaans. And together, their pages remind us that stories are living heritage. This is how we've always carried the human narrative, is through stories. So thank you so much for being here. Absolutely love having you here. Why is it so important that female writers have space right now, do you think?
I think, as you said, it is the physical manifestation, having a voice, putting it in a book. It's
real.
Right there. No one can take it away from you, firstly. It's going to be there on the 1st of September. And, of course, female voices are always important. But saying what you need to say, being a woman, saying what you need to say, will echo through to the next women. I mean, we were chatting now just before that, and the resonances, just being two women, I've never met Lauren before, that already the resonances were just incredible. What do you think?
Like Sarah was saying, we were chatting, we were going over sort of the questions in the makeup room, and she would get nervous, and I'd say to her, no, but you were talking, when you were talking freely, you said that you wrote your story, but then you found people resonating with it and coming to you, and that's why it's important.
You're giving them the words to understand.
Because writing is healing. People find healing through writing, and by Sarah writing her poems and her stories, other people have resonated and found healing through that.
And that's brave. It's soft, strong. And I'm trying to find the strength within the incredible females that have brought me up, is that soft, strong. It takes a lot of strength to not go hard sometimes and go to those difficult places. What were you trying to heal, and were you able to connect with that through your book? What did you want to achieve for yourself through this piece?
I love that you said the soft, strong. I was just thinking, like, vulnerability as clarity, you know? So the poems are so incredibly personal and intimate, and some of them were ugly to write, and some of them took long, and some of them were beautiful and easy. But I think, I didn't know at the time, I spent 10 years writing, but I think what I was trying to do is, like, make sense of the past so I can move on, firstly, and secondly, it's beautiful to write. Poetry is beautiful. Womanhood is beautiful.
Honor that.
And yeah, so...
Is there a piece that embodies the book, the overarching work that you could share with us? Something that you love or hate? I don't care. I like a bit of dynamism.
Yes, okay. So I will actually tell you the last poem in the book.
Oh, wow, okay.
Okay, so it's called Overstay Appeal. The following documents must be submitted. Written representation, a copy of the Declaration of Undesirability from 19 form issued at the port of entry, a copy of the relevant pages of the passport, including bio page, acknowledgement of receipt in cases where the applicant has applied for a permit and the status is still pending. If the applicant overstayed due to medical reasons, a medical certificate must be submitted. I have borrowed money from everyone I love. I have thrown dinner parties. I have wanted to go home. I have wanted to stay. I have wanted to be many things, but not this tender.
Not this tender. Well, thank you for taking us into that level of vulnerability, because I can feel it, and I know this is a very personal journey. I love the fact that you are doing the same thing through two completely different lenses. There is something, and I can feel the connection between you immediately, because you are born of the same kind of matrix. I get that. But for you, was there a moment, because now you are doing this, feeding into a younger generation and allowing parents the kind of emotional tools, the language to be able to do this as well. But was it a moment that led you to this point? Was there a build? Talk me through your kind of creative trajectory to arrive at this masterpiece.
Okay, so the book that I wrote, it's basically based on our real life family adventures, but that's what it became. It started out as me having a bedtime routine with my second youngest daughter. And we would have this collaborative storytelling where she would say, tell me a story about a doll or a cat, and then she would chip in and we'd do this together. But this one night, she said, tell me a story about the house, and I started telling her, and she just went quiet, and eventually fell asleep, and I realized there's something special about this story.
There's some magic there.
So I told it to my other children, and they all liked it, and then I thought, no, yes. So then I pitched it, and that's how it started, and now it's in English and Afrikaans.
It's a movement. I mean, there are so many jumping off points, and I don't want to delve too much into your work because I want people to read it for themselves and experience that personal element. I can make a million attachments to this because I'm a very emotive person, but for you, what would you like people to get out of that experience? Now that you've been able to process so much through this journey, what do you hope those that delve into this, the multiple jumping off points that you've got there are going to take out of their experience with your words?
I really, really, really hope that they can see it as a container. That's the beautiful thing about poetry as well, is when you come back to it, it's like a song or a book you love, you know? Then they might take out something else that they need.
Because a different version of you is going back there.
Exactly, but also the more important part is like, I would have not written this if I didn't read other women's work who showed me, oh, you can do that, you can say that in a poetry collection. So if anything, I want the reader to see, oh, she can do that, she can do whatever she wants, it's her
100%.
book. And then to do their version of that, you know?
Well, I love that. I'm going to have this conversation with my daughter when I get home. For the aspiring author who might not see the steps to there, because you, I'm sure, did not see those steps to where you are right now initially, what advice do you have for the girl child, for the woman that is contemplating starting this process for themselves?
Firstly, you must write for yourself. Yeah. You must write your own story, you must write for yourself. And writing, like we were talking in the dressing room, is cathartic. It is a way of expressing yourself, of healing, of dealing with things that you don't even necessarily know is there.
Yeah.
But then when you start writing about it, it comes out. So write for yourself, first of all, and then allow yourself to be bored.
Oh, wow.
Because when you distract yourself with all sorts of things,
with
devices,
dopamine buttons,
yes,
yeah.
You don't actually then give yourself room to tap into that part of yourself that needs to be expressed. So allow yourself to be bored.
Thank you so much, because my panic is subsiding, because I'm beginning to realize it's not just about creating space for women to be able to do what they've been doing for centuries to keep humanity propped up. It's about giving agency for those young girls and for women to be able to do what they do. And I'm sorry for every element that stands in your way beyond this Women's Month window that we have, but I have a feeling things have shifted dramatically this year from within, which is the most powerful thing. Thank you so, so much. A lot of food for thought, and that's exactly what writing and the spoken word does for you. If you want to plug into that, this Women's Month is giving space to these powerful words in the most powerful way. Sarah is going to be appearing at the 2025 Open Book Festival on the 6th of September between 10 and 11 at the Avalon Theatre. You can book at openbookfestival.co.za. It is a golden opportunity to, yes, hear the words, but get insights into how those words were formed so you can follow suit. I have a feeling this is going to be the most amazing strategic network to plug into as well if you are a woman who is writing in South Africa. So more power to you.
Yeah, and the power is going from one part of the studio to the next. And this one's making rapping seem easier than ABC. We got Dee over here to perform a song called Believe It from her latest album, In Sikelelo. This, of course, is ABC, Dee Koala. Take it away.
Honest, say I can't believe it, believe it, can't believe it. They say I can't believe it, but see Paga to the way. Now walk, I can't believe it. He made to shy and get sick, and they believe it. Bana Quata, listen, free, make it late. They used to hate it, comment, they can't make sense. We are late. I can't believe it, oh, I can't believe it. That my chicken can I stick and I know. I can't believe it. People didn't think I would make it, they didn't see it. I got niggas that are capping about me, they eating fish. Yes, so no Zalang walk and bonnet TV. I can't believe, put my ground in this culture now walk. This every rubber pass my number, numbers can I they see the vision. They say I can't believe it. Smitty Pete, he hit us poppy hooks. I was digging, say I can't believe it. You wish you would. You believe it or no, there's a building in it, say I can't believe it. So send the corner, in Netflix, sing deals, so see all I say I can't believe it. So buy a coma, send a walk, send a back, cook and I am not say I can't believe it. Now believe it, now believe it, can't believe it, they say I can't believe it. Now believe it, can't believe it, they say I can't believe it. Now believe it, now believe it, can't believe it, they say I can't believe it. Now believe it, can't believe it. So.
Ah, Dee Koala in the building, baby. That's what it's about. Give it here. That was beautiful. I told you she never absolutely misses. And you've got every reason to get involved in another one because For the Culture, 26th to 28th of September, you can find your tickets at WebTicket. I believe Friday they're going to be at the waterfront for that first edition. And it's just going to be an incredible weekend of nothing but...
I think it's going to be your show.
It should be my show, yeah.
You know everything.
I know everything, but I'm not the talent, unfortunately. It gets better because you've got Dee to look forward to, and that's what it's about. So get your tickets at WebTicket, and you've got every reason to do so because Dee has just shown you that your powerful woman can do powerful things, and they never miss. Absolutely appreciate you. Go slay away. Have a beautiful start to the weekend, of course, because you've earned it. And of Zanzibar, you've got every reason to stick around because we go from some incredible music to some incredible dance. Yeah, you know what's coming next. See you soon.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Curious, cheeky, and brimming with personality. I love cats. I'm a dog-cat person, and I love the fact. Cats never fail to surprise us, though. They kind of keep you guessing, and I think that's the way they like it.
Bro, imagine my life loving cats and being allergic to them.
Oh,
it's
I'm
like
so sorry.
it's such a tease, bro.
But you would not have survived. I found a place where there are literally over 100 cats, the happiest cats I have ever seen. I got to visit the incredible Lucky Lucy Foundation in Malmesbury. They own the land, and they have gone to another level. There, every whisker has a story, every purr has a second chance.
Oh my goodness, so I'm hoping for something playful. I'm hoping to see these rescues and their gentle souls, hopefully finding comfort too. And I think this is where it is, because this is where they get to discover the incredible love and dedication that goes into caring for furry companions. So let's definitely go meet them together.
Behind every purr is a story. We're at the incredible Lucky Lucy Foundation, where hope, love and second chances are transforming the lives of hundreds of gorgeous felines. We're going to meet the passionate team, we're going to get some inspirational stories and see how a little love and protection can give these felines the future they deserve. I gotta say, Richard, as you walk in, the cacophony of happy mews tell us how happy the residents are here, yet the biggest smile in the place is on your face. How did the Lucky Lucy Foundation come to be? Give us a bit of your history.
The story began when a dog was tied to a railway line. Lucy was her name, or the name we gave her, and Lucky, obviously, because she survived that. And myself and my wife were sitting discussing, that's how we got involved, you know, how we could give back. We went off to the circumstance where Lucky Lucy was found and started the organization, and 14 years down the track we're here on a different premise that was donated to us by a lady who's now a board member and a volunteer, Dr. Suzelle Hutton. So that's the background to how we started.
How many creatures are you caring for at the moment, and what does it take to get through a day here?
We're standing in a free-roaming cattery, one of the few in the world, 394 cats currently, and we don't try and increase that number. The need out there, Graham, is endless. So normally it's a peaceful place. As you can hear in the background, there are 168 dogs just some 50 meters away from us, so not always that peaceful.
Look at that. I mean, come on. This is a happy, happy place. So let's go through the process, starting at the very beginning. What does a call-out look like? How does the process of rehoming begin?
First get the call out, we go and collect. We take them straight to the vet. There they get checked for feline AIDS, feline leukemia. Once that cat tests negative for both of those diseases, we do a full vet check for them. They come back to the farm, and the first thing we do on the farm is parasite control, because that's the biggest issue for us in an environment like this. We use NexGuard because it's an all-inclusive product for us. It's easy. It's one treatment that treats the ticks, fleas and the worms. For us, for instance, if you have an environment like this and you don't treat your animals, it infects everyone and it can transmit to each and every cat in this environment. Then once that is done, they get scheduled for their sterilization. If they haven't been sterilized, they get microchipped and they get their full vaccination.
For the beautiful feline residents here at Lucky Lucy, parasite control isn't just about comfort. Yes, it makes a difference there, but here it's a matter of survival. And in these beautiful spaces, they get all the care they need, including the unbelievably comprehensive NexGuard combo. It's so easy to use. It's one application, back of the neck once a month, and they're completely protected. I was going to ask what the motivation is to come and spend time with these cats, but this is it. The cats come and spend time with you. Why do you give up your time and your energy to this degree?
I think some ladies do lunch and others become crazy cat ladies. So I had spare time. I retired from my medical corporate job and just found myself here, and 1 day a week, then 2 days a week, and then you bond with the cats and you keep coming back.
Spending time here, you just absorb this beautiful, warm, loving energy. Clearly that was intentional. Why create this kind of environment?
A lot of the animals have come from really bad situation, so we wanted to create a happy shelter and not a sad place, a place where people would come back and they wouldn't drive away feeling devastated. So that was important.
Our commitment to these animals is if they come to Lucky Lucy Foundation, they either stay here until they pass away or they go to their new adopted home. It's just what we do. It kind of comes naturally once you've been in it for 14 years, and I wouldn't give it up for anything.
People and families want that cute kitten, and they want to adopt this cute, fluffy kitten, and the adults are overlooked. But we've got incredible adult cats here with unique personalities. And I think if one just sits with them, you get to know them, I think an adult cat is actually a good option to adopt.
Oh man, and they're certainly making a strong case, and I literally went home with the last cat that did this to me. we want to get new families for these gorgeous felines. So what does the rehoming process look like?
You first have to come to the shelter. We have to see you bond with a specific cat. We do believe that cats pick you, you don't pick the cat. And once that is done, you complete your adoption form. We physically do adoptions at the home. We meet your own animal, see if the personality of this cat fits into your home. Because if it's not going to fit into your home, it's not going to be happy and you're not going to be happy. So the most important thing for us is the cat needs to be happy, the whole family needs to be happy.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Definitely my most diverse audience I've ever had, but I think these beautiful cats are testament to the power of compassion. Now you've got to take on board that Lucky Lucy runs purely on the support of community. So whether you're making donations, you're doing a bit of volunteering, you're fostering, or you're adopting, we can all make a massive difference. And thanks to the parasite protection of NextGuard Combo, they all stay healthy, they stay protected, and yes, ready for their forever homes. Maybe that home is yours. You know, it hit me walking around this space and listening to these cats having fun, that here you are providing far more than shelter. Together, we're giving them a shot at a second chance, and that's amazing. I'm blown away. So the bottom line is they take the animals there not needing to rehome them. They've made that commitment that they will look after those animals until, and they've made such a commitment there. They've got an old age home, a retirement village for cats. But to have that much feline energy in one space, so I think about 120 cats, and all of them were so happy. It was amazing. Absolutely brilliant. The Lucky Lucy Foundation support cats, support dogs, but they also support the communities that support their animals. And I think that is amazing. But that, yeah, one of the best in the land. Well done, man.
Absolutely celebrating that one, and thank you for doing the most and creating impact. And thank you, Mzansi, for coming through and giving us some answers on our Good Morning post, because we asked you the following question. Spring is obviously loading, the weather's turning, and that means road trip season is coming up. What's the one song that's a must on every road trip? Now, we have already called dibs on Dee Koala's song, so you've got to come with something else. So let's find out what Mzansi has to say.
All right, so Tina saying definitely the best things in life are free by Luther and Janet. I like that.
Oh, that's a cool one. I actually love that. We got Ursula Hammond Cupido says, my first song will be anything by Seal, Simply Red, and David Foster, Me By in the playlist.
Okay, I like that. I like a little Simply Red. That would be dipping into my mom's playlist again there. I like that a lot. Adelaide saying, you ever heard I Love It Here by Shekinah?
Oh, Shekinah, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's of course a classic.
What are you doing for it? In fact, Shekinah is road trip vibes. Hey?
Yeah. I'm just caught up on like Simply Red. I don't know why, but that was
or
such
like
a
from that same
classic
era, like Lighthouse, like there's just something about that kind of music.
What would you call that? Is that like 80s?
No, I would say like 90s.
90s? Okay,
probably early 2000s.
Yeah,
maybe.
for the 90s vibes. It's a classic, man.
Well, we might be dipping into the classics. There will be a lot of funk. And yes, we're going to move the coffee table. The Devolution Dance fam is here. A Friday dance is required. We'll get into that after this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
I'm talking to you. Welcome back. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And it is Friday, so we've got to turn the energy up a bit. And this one's going to get hot. And we are coming in hot all the way from Mitchell's Plain. And it's one of our favorite dance crews. No strangers to the big screen. We've got the talented Devolution Dance family to help us usher in the weekend. But before we dance, we thought let's just slow things down a bit and find out about some of the beautiful people behind this brand. And I want to say, firstly, good morning. How are we doing?
Good morning. Good.
You like it? You got the energy for Friday. It's weird when we talk and not dance, right? It's like a different medium. But Shamik, let's talk about this because you've been such an incredible family member of Expresso Show. Before the crew even formed, you were part of our talent, and things have changed, man. We've come a long way. Talk to me about reflecting on this incredible journey you've had with the crew.
The journey is amazing, especially things that's coming up and what we went through as a crew, and where it all started. We're like back in 2000, we started this thing. So I mean, everything is just coming, man.
And did you ever expect it to get to this point where you'd be a regular on live TV, where you'd be calling up to some of the biggest events in the country?
I think I always used to watch the show and to see the guys coming in, killing it. That time you guys were in Sea Point.
Yes.
I already manifested. I was like, I need to get my team on the show, man. We can do the same thing. We can bring the gears. And then from there, you know, things just started happening. You know, we turned up, we did our thing, and here we are here today.
So from being inspired to becoming the inspiration.
Yes,
how's
sir.
that
Yes,
for a
sir.
turnaround?
Yes,
I love that, Shamik.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Faith,
sir.
I want to talk to you because I have been just like awestruck by your moves. I always get upset. I'm like, why didn't I get blessed with this talent? But someone had to have it, and it was you. And I love the fact that you're one of the women, obviously, repping the name high and doing the absolute most. Talk to me about the community. Talk to me about how this shapes personal dance styles, what it's like being a part of the crew, being a woman in the crew as well. Do they hold you up in high respects as well?
So just a little background story. I started off as a spiritual dancer.
Okay.
And once I joined Devolution, I learned the different styles of dance and techniques such as hip-hop, pop and lock, house, etc. Which also led me out of my comfort zone, you understand? And
that's where the spirit actually came alive.
Yes. Because I was a very...
Introverted,
to myself.
yeah.
Yes. Which also led me to meet new people and at every opportunity that I got.
So you're clearly not just dancing. This is like a family. You guys are linking up and like having fun, right? What happens in a normal session when you guys link up? Is it like straight to the action, or how does it go down?
I think prayer is very important to us.
Power. Okay.
So before we gather any event, even if it's a small event, we always make sure that we cover ourselves spiritually, and then from there we start. Even in our rehearsal, we have a check-in, we have a check-out. Because people go through personal things in their life, so you know we try to create a safe space.
I love
That's
that,
our thing
man.
that we're trying to build.
And I want to take a page out of that book and remind Mzansi to just echo these sentiments. Everybody's going through the most right now, so let's be respectful of that. Let's provide a positive space where people can actually maybe heal.
Yes, sir.
How cool would that be if we all did that? Bro, Friday after Friday, man, you're coming through, you're showing off your talents, flexing with us, and you've definitely absolutely hit the mark every occasion. What is the opportunity being on live TV maybe done for you? Do you notice guys on the street saying, oh, Expresso, I don't are you getting a little bit of fame out of this, bro?
It happens a lot. It came to a point where they used to tell us, like, why don't Expresso just hire you guys? You're always there.
Ooh, that's a good idea, actually.
Like, they thought we were working here because, like, you were going there. You were going there. Like, every time we post a picture, then they're like, wow, you're going there.
We couldn't get rid of them. And more so with regards to the future, because, I mean, you've shown us what can happen in the past, and it looks incredible, but where to from here? I mean, Shamik, what can we look forward to? What are your eyes set on? What are you excited about?
I'm gonna speak about the first event that we're busy preparing for, and then I will give it to my brother. So the first competition that we are preparing for is called 0-1 Best Dance Crew.
That's a big one.
That's happening in September.
Cape Town's finest.
Yeah, that's our first competition that we've been doing it. So this is probably our 5th time now. Yeah, that we are doing it now.
Nice.
Because the crew got bigger. So some of the crew members, that is their first time. So we feel like this is a new team, and also we're taking today as the first time, because this is a new setup, you know, it's something different. And I hope you guys are going to enjoy, but we're preparing for 0-1 Best Dance Crew.
Yeah, and then also in October we have Global Dance Supreme. I think last year we entered it for our first time and we took first place in the Legion section. So now this year we're going back.
To defend the title.
Yes.
Just a quick one. What's the significance of the pink here, by the way? Is it just another vibe, another color, or is there any meaning behind it?
Women's Month.
Women's Month.
Yes, please. And I know there's another woman standing by. Kushka is also a part of it. She said she's too shy. She said let us talking come in the form of her feet and her dance moves. I don't want to put you too much on the spot right now, Faith, but do you have any message? And it can come from a personal sentiment as well, because I think you are one of the women that youngsters are looking at right now and being inspired by and saying, Mommy, I think I can do that. I want to try that. I want to be on TV. What would you say to those little girls out there right now?
Don't be afraid to attempt what you want to do in life, because the streets are very dangerous right now. And to keep you off from the streets, drugs, and whatever the people are influencing you to do, especially your surroundings. Be, how can I say?
Yourself and follow your dreams.
Yeah.
Amen. Faith coming through with the wisdom. And I think that is the power of our women in South Africa, Mzansi. No matter where you look, we can celebrate them because they have more talent than you could ever think about. And I think that gives us an opportunity to give these guys a little moment to reflect on this incredible journey they had before they move the coffee table, and usher you to do so and bring on Friday Dance. Before, though, let's get some energy back in the kitchen. You guys were amazing. Thank you.
And I've got to add, we are so proud of what the Devolution Dance crew, their family, have achieved in the dance space. Just absolutely remarkable. Now I am starving, and there is something delicious in the kitchen before me. There is something undeniably comforting about a golden, flaky pie with a hearty filling. It's the kind of food that instantly feels like home. Well, bakery product developer, she's a superhero, Cassandra Saunders, is here to introduce Woolworths' brand spanking new farm-style pies, a fresh take on a classic favorite. Cassandra, you've already nailed the pies. What are you doing to us? Thank you for doing this. On behalf of those that like a snack like me, and what I love is my daughter's got the same flavor profile as me, so she loves a pie. But farm style is different.
Yes.
And we are excited about this. So what was the inspiration? Why make a bold move in this direction?
So the inspiration really behind our farm style pie is our deep appreciation for home style cooking.
100%.
You know, we developed this delicious pie that is comforting, it is satisfying, and also familiar, you know, exactly like how Dani or Gogo would make it at home.
100%.
And that's what we were after.
And it's jam-packed.
Yeah,
it is jam-packed. We'll talk about the
flavor.
size in just a moment, because this kind of becomes a meal in itself. But I want you to think about some sides that we can throw with it. But just in general, because you're following on, this is building on the success that you've had within your bakeries already.
Yeah.
Nothing quite like a fresh pie. From Woolies.
Exactly.
And you've given your localized bakers the power to create amazing pies as well. So we get to see it happening in front of us. What's the difference?
So the difference with our pies is that they baked fresh every day, and that means like every 4 hours we bake a new batch of pies. So you can only imagine the quality and the freshness from that pies. We also use free-range eggs in our standard pies, but in this farm style pie we've used free-range egg. And we've also used free-range chicken on the chicken variant and free-range beef on the pepper on the beef variant. So it's really just about that quality.
It's like it's come from our own farm.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that.
Yeah.
I think Raul must join us for a taste test here, because I have a feeling that we are breaking new ground, and I want you to now guide us through flavor profile, because I think the home chefs and those that love their pies are wondering what that point of difference is, and maybe we can have a little taste test. Sorry, Betty, I wasn't going to leave you behind.
I'm so sorry to just jump in
Cassandra, Raul, Cassandra.
Cassandra, this is another part of my kryptonite. We were talking about road trip meals earlier. I love this. I would probably warm this up, pop it in the car, and I'll be sorted.
And there's extra flakiness to make crumbs in the car as well, Raul. Okay, so we are gonna go through the pies that are here, and I hope you're not doing a blind taste test now. I wouldn't mind.
Yes, it is different flavors.
Okay, so walk us through.
So we've got a pepper steak, and yeah, that's the pepper steak. So
Okay, you grab that knife and fork. I'm gonna grab this one. We're both gonna taste the pepper steak.
So pepper steak?
Pepper steak, yeah. So it has a really bold peppery flavor to give it that kick and enhance the overall pie flavor profile.
Did you notice when G-Man kind of used the knife and that?
Yeah, so the flakiness,
and come on.
Okay, so I'm trying not to destroy too much of the
Keep that
pie.
piece for me,
Oh
bro.
my word! I mean, you can see the quality of the meat the second you cut into it, eh?
So that steak is slow cooked and hand shredded to give it that homemade and rustic.
Hot. Oh yeah, it's hot.
Peppery. Yeah. Yeah.
What? Did you find like a mom that has been cooking for years with secret recipes and then found the recipe and threw it in the pie? It's got such a like.
If any of you are missing your mom, they might have locked away in the recipes available cabinet at Woolies.
But it really has like a, it's, I don't know what the word is, but hearty comes to mind. It's got a hearty taste to it. It's like someone was, I don't know, for me, when I come home early from school and your mom's like preparing food, you get that smell.
Exactly.
You've encapsulated in there. Nice.
The meat is what's got me. That is such high quality, beautifully treated meat. That it dissolves in your mouth. Absolutely beautiful.
And we're just getting started.
I know, the peppery is kind of, the peppery kind of comes under the radar, but you still feel it.
Bold.
Next, chicken.
So we've got a chicken. So what we do is we use whole chicken and we cook it. We cook it whole so that we're able to get all the goodness and richness from the entire bird to give you that hearty and comforting
And I would imagine that's how pies were made of old, to make the most out of every element of produce that you have. Sorry, dude, I'm not holding back today.
No one's going to blame you for doing that, G-Man. Look how good this looks.
And again, immediately you see the quality of the meat and how it's been treated. The chicken looks amazing, shredded.
I'm sorry if we are like just like destroying the look of this, but
okay, so now what I would recommend is when you smell the smells walking past your in-store bakery, just follow your nose.
Yes.
As we have heard, 4 hours these are made, but what I like now is there's like a healthy competition between the in-house bakers. So we want you to tell us which in-house bakery is the best out of all of the amazing Woolies bakers. This is gorgeous, man.
Bro, this has got, I mean, I don't know if this was intentional. You know when you make like a really slow-cooked chicken stew and you just get all the flavor to kind of just turn into a bath? Wow. And also, one thing I hate about pies normally is that there's just all sauce and no meat. And thank you for answering my prayers. There's just more meat that I could want in this. I love it.
So I'm not even going to ask you what you're going to put as a side with this, because another pie is what you're going to put next to this. You're going to have to, absolutely amazing. They pack a punch size-wise, but the quality of the filling is next level. So whether you're after a comforting classic or maybe curious to try something new, Woolies' new farm-style pies are the bomb. They are serving up hearty goodness in absolutely every bite, and you can shop these pies and a whole lot more in their store at the hot counter. And please, show some respect and love when you receive your pies, because they are worth it. Yeah, I don't know which to go
clearly
for.
found the way to my heart. You sneaky one, you, but thank you. I can't be more excited about those. Can I please, like...
You can have the whole thing. I'm taking this.
Jumps on this one. I don't even know which is my favorite, but I don't think you can go wrong. Choose one.
Okay, welcome back one last time. Some important news before we dance into the weekend. Powerball Plus sitting at an insane amount of money this morning. 85 million rand up for grabs this Friday. So please play your Powerball for an estimated 37 million rand in Powerball Plus, weighing in with 48 milli today. Come on.
Millions are coming through thick and fast, and here's how you get your tickets. You can buy them now in store on the nationallottery.co.za website. You got the mobile app as an option. You also got cell phone banking, or simply dial *120 *7529# and then follow the USSDs.
If you need a reminder, you can head over to the socials to catch up on any of the amazing things that we've done on the week. But I have a feeling we're about to hit a high point right now.
Absolutely. It's time to move the coffee table, because this is your Friday dance, so the Devolution Dance fam. Let's
Take
go.
it away.
Another feel-good production.